Hi PBA fans, it's Carla Lizardo Sulit. Welcome back to our live chat party dito sa ating One Sports YouTube channel presented by TapTap. It is time for our second game of the day. Barangay Ginebra taking on Rain or Shine as they battle it out for an early edge in game 1 of the semifinals. This is a best of 7 series here in the PBA Commissioner's Cup. Ginebra is coming off a big win over Phoenix. 112-81 ang naging score dyan in their quarterfinal clash. Brownlee had 24 points in 3 quarters and he did exit in the third quarter because of a hamstring injury. While Scotty Thompson flirted with a triple-double, RJ Abrientos also contributing para dito sa Barangay Ginebra. While Rain or Shine, on the other hand, is on the heels of a 113-104 win to go ahead and eliminate San Miguel Beer. Karakot went off with a conference best outing to power Rain or Shine to that monumental win. Maraming nagpaparamdam na BRGY fans dito sa ating chat. I know you're excited to see if he will have another big game here today. And in their last meeting here sa Commissioner's Cup, Ginebra defeated Rain or Shine 114-90. Let's check out our updated playoff picture. Kanina, nanalo na ang TNT sa kanilang semifinal series against Meralco. They did take that win against the Bolts earlier. And of course, Barangay Ginebra and Rain or Shine will be playing in a bit. This is best of 7 para sa ating semifinal series. Now, let's talk about a little bit about the history of these two teams. Nagtapat sila ng 2016 Commissioner's Cup where Rain or Shine beat Barangay Ginebra in the quarterfinals and Rain or Shine went on to win the title. But all the other times na nagtapat sila sa quarterfinals, Barangay Ginebra ang nanalo ng 2017 Philippine Cup, 2018 Commissioner's Cup, and 2020 Philippine Cup. And ng 2018 and 2020, Ginebra went on to win the title both those times. So let me know your thoughts. Sino mang nanalo ngayon? Will it be Rain or Shine or will it be Barangay Ginebra? Let's talk about the key players for both of these teams. When we talk about Barangay Ginebra, we have to talk about Justin Brownlee, who always makes his presence felt. Despite having trouble with his hamstring in the third quarter, he had 24 points, 5 rebounds, and 5 assists. So let's hear it from Justin Brownlee. Let's talk about his health straight from him.
I just felt a little tweak, man. On that play driving to the rim, I just felt something. Hopefully, it ain't too bad, but just felt a little something, and then just good thing we was up, big, and got to give a lot of credit to the team. They closed out the third quarter and finished the game very well and extended the lead. But I think I should be okay. Just a little tweak. Yeah, I just felt it in the game. It's new. It's something I haven't been haven't dealt with, or had any issues with in the past. Just felt something in my hamstring. Hopefully everything, like I said, is okay. But I feel okay now. No pain. That's a good thing. So we'll see tomorrow.
Ayan, sabi ni Justin Brownlee, he's hopeful that it's not serious, but he has never experienced this before. We'll see how he does here in this game para dito sa Barangay Ginebra. But of course, he gets help from his local teammates and Scotty Thompson and RJ Abrientos doing damage. Thompson with 16 points, 9 rebounds, and 9 assists against Phoenix. Abrientos contributing 16 points, 5 rebounds, plus 22 on the court. Now, for those watching from abroad, if you need to send money to your family here in the Philippines, para sa mabilis, safe at sulit na padalove to the Philippines, download TapTap Send, the trusted remittance best friend of OFWs worldwide. And for the latest in the world of sports, please follow One Sports on YouTube, Facebook, X, Reddit, Instagram, and on TikTok. We'll be right back.
Ikaw ba, alam mo ang TapTap Send at gumagamit ka ba ng TapTap Send?
Yes, TapTap Send ang ginagamit ko kapag nagpapadala ka sa Pilipinas. Kakapadala ko lang na.
Teams are still warming up. Let's talk about the key players para dito sa Rain or Shine, starting with Andre Karakot, who delivered big time for Rain or Shine in taking down San Miguel Beer in their quarterfinal 12 from the three-point area. Let's hear it from Coach Yang Gao, what he thinks about their matchup.
Coach Yang, I just have to put it out there. The last time you eliminated SMB in the playoffs, you won a championship. Coach, no one can deny that tonight your guys showed the best version of themselves. Do you think that was ultimately what pushed you past SMB?
Oh, we just had a good night. We felt na this is our best chance to get to the semifinals. We earned the twice to beat advantage, pero alam namin, pag pinarating namin ang Sunday to, malamang sa malamang hindi na namin tatalunin yung San Miguel. No? So this is our best chance to beat San Miguel. And we took care of business today. Ganda ng nilalaro ni Andre, Kaylan on both sides. Defending both right and then making his threes, contributing on offense. JJ, the same thing. So maraming actually sila nagtulong-tulong, no? The whole team. So again, it's the toughness, no? Yung kung kailan kailangan yung stop, kung kailan kailangan yung puntos na ibibigay nila, no? So I think that's a good sign. But maaga pa, no? We made the semifinals, yes, but this is just the start for us, no? And we also knew na this game is going to be won in the margins, no? We prepared for their zone. Alam namin, the first time na kalaban namin sila, nung sinona kami, nawala yung ano namin, yung pace namin. So we prepared for that zone. No? We're better prepared for them zoning us this time. So ayun, siguro araw lang namin talaga. Pero kung dumating to ng Sunday, I don't think tatalunin namin sila ng Sunday.
Coach Yang Gao really didn't want the Rain or Shine Elasto Painters to waste the twice-to-beat advantage, and they made the most out of it, eliminating San Miguel Beer along the way. And that was helped by two players who also stepped up in Kailan Tiongson and Adrian Nocom. Tiongson against San Miguel had 23 points, 4 rebounds, and 7 assists, while Nocom had 18 points, 6 assists, and was plus 13 from the court. Now, which team will take Game 1, Barangay Ginebra or Rain or Shine? The game is starting. So, puntahan na natin ang Inares Center, Antipolo.
Against each other nung elimination round, Japet was not able to suit up. So, malaking bagay ito na naglalaro si Japet dito sa ating Game 1 ng semifinals.
Clarito misses on his first attempt tonight. Ako, ang pinaka-importanting dapat paalala natin, nung nagkita last May 3, ang Ginebra at Rain or Shine, ang Barangay Ginebra, Coach RG, went off for a franchise best 21 3-point makes in that game. Talaga namang nagpaulaan ang Barangay.
47.7% from Rainbow Country. So that is one aspect wherein we want to see the adjustment on defense by the Elasto Painters. They have to step on the white line for this Barangay Ginebra players to be penetrators more than spot-up shooters.
Santillan looking around, will hand it off. Ang kapitan ng Rain or Shine na si Gian Mamuyak, bibigay kay Karakot. Dre will miss. Sinubukan nila eh. Nung nakarang nakita natin si Karakot, parang nasanipan eh, no?
29 points against San Miguel. And then nung dyan is nandito pa yung ganyang inspirasyon.
Yan ang magandang
Hindi
katapos.
pa natin nakikita.
Miss Aileen, nakita mo na ba? Baka si Aileen nakita eh. Brownlee, aatakihin si Santi. Short stand, no go. But Stephen Holt keeps it right there. Amarientos on the move. Di may pagpag si Garagud. Forces it up and out. Santillan with the board.
Good defense that time by Andre Caracot. Did not bite the fake. He was just in front of RJ Abarientos.
Mamuyak's pull-up will be the first basket of the game.
And this is what you usually see with the Elasto Painters. There's no over-dependence on their import. If they feel like they have a quickness advantage against their opponent, they have the green light to shoot.
Thompson backs it up. Japet looks around, tinatawag niya si Sky. 6 to shoot for the guys in red. Brownlee contra Santi once again. Thompson forced to put it up. 4-ball short. Rebound Clarito. He pitches it over. Manu takes it to the chest of Thompson. That's going to be a foul on Sky.
Back-to-back misses by Barangay Ginebra, both from the perimeter. And a quick forward pass by the Elasto Painters, something that we're used to seeing. Yung first shot na yun ni Mamu, effectively that will give him the confidence to score a lot of baskets here in this game.
First time these two teams met, yun ang isang ginamit ng Ginebra para talunin ng Rainier Shine. Pinigilan yung running game. Only 9 fast break points para sa Rainier Shine in that outing. Kailangan nila makahanap ng second gear or a different gear kung sakaling hindi na naman sila makatakbo.
Usually pagdating dito sa semifinals, naghahanda na yung kalaban mo dun sa tinatawag na strength ng isang koponan. So if it's the fast break game na ultimate strength nitong Elasto Painters, dapat mas gumanda yung kanilang half-court execution.
Ball stays on this side. Fresh 14 once again. Yung 21 three-pointers, franchise record na nga. Parang ang hirap imagine ulitin. Kaya kailangan yung depensa mo nandiyan dyan kung sakaling hindi tumama yung tres. Ano?
Tama yan. Kasi yung talagang inaasahan ngayon ng Barangay Ginebra. In fact, in their last 3 games at least, that has been their main weapon. Their outside artillery, and not only that, their accuracy from that area. Ang taas ng kanilang porsyento.
Pero Rainier Shine hindi naman pauhuli dahil yung quarterfinals napakatindi rin ang kanilang pinikulan from that three-point line, especially that guy in front of RJ now talking about Drake Rago. Aguilar Metangan pupunta kay JB. He hit 6 of those threes back on May 3. Chapet to the corner. RJ from deep. Di mo bra. Di pa rin nakakabutas ang Ginebra.
Very flat start here for Barangay Ginebra.
Mamu will get it over to Santi. The one-hander doesn't work. 2.5 minutes into the contest. 2-0 pa rin ang ating score. Thompson having to contend with Mamuya. RJ has Karakot with him. JB back to RJ. Got another foul on Santi? Or this one on Karakot? Mukhang si Karakot. Napituhan.
Holding foul against Andre Karakot. 13th foul, or the second team foul for the Elasto Painters.
Almost 3 minutes into this. Makakabutas na ba Barangay Ginebra? Brownlee, double team, whips it out. Scotty down the middle, drops it off to Jobs for the turn.
Oh, sensational execution, fantastic extra pass. Chapter Aguilar from the dunker spot, scoring the first 2 points for Barangay.
Jill nagtutukot, ang lalim ng pinanggalingan nun.
And this is what you don't want to see. Of course, if you're Barangay Ginebra, you just made a basket, but you allowed Rainier Shine to quickly inbound the ball and then score on the other side. But first, let's enjoy the slam dunk of Japet Aguilar.
Pero ito yung sinasabi mo, Coach Archie. Rainier Shine niya, mapa made basket o hindi, mapa free throw, mapa kahit ano. Pag may pagkakataon, tatakbo, tatakbo.
You just cannot cheer. Of course, that was a big-time basket by Japet Aguilar. You cannot jump back on defense. You have to sprint down and protect the paint. Otherwise, ganun ang mangyayari. Completed 3-point play by Johnson.
Bawal ang ano, takbong mayaman.
Hindi pwede. Yung parang naka-home run ka.
Manong Sani Kabatsu, di ba? Steal here by Clarito. Mamu against 2, takes it to the cup.
Virtuoso shot there by Mamuya against at least 2 defenders. So the way they're quickening up the tempo, the speed of the Elasto Painters definitely an advantage for them in the opening minutes of the first quarter.
The hammer on the scoreboard, 7-2 in favor of Rainier Shine. RJ puts it up. Ginulat niya si Andre.
That was a difficult shot by Andre Barrientos. Had to fade away a little bit to score his first 2 points.
Johnson trying to get in a groove here. Gets it over to Dre. Mamu from deep. No go. And Derecho kay Aguilar yung possession. Brownlee will get them into their set. Bibigay niya dito kay Barrientos. Scotty pops out on the left. 3 ball doesn't work. Rebound once again in emphatic fashion para dito kay Jonard Clarito. Santi for 3. No.
Back-to-back empty possessions for these 2 teams.
7-4 is the score, almost 5 minutes into game 1.
Oh, it was called against Johnson. Initially, akala natin si Leonard Santillan matatawagan doon. Let's take a look at the slow-mo once again. Clean on Santi Santillan and a little bit of the arm of Justin Brownlee. Definitely, it had to be called. First free throw and first basket for JB in this ball game.
Ball Manute Ball taking a peek at what's going on. And the Inares capacity crowd loving what they are seeing. Ano nilaro nito? 37 points, sandamakmak na rebound, and surprise, surprise, 8 assists, Coach RG.
And my honest opinion is by far the best basketball that we've seen Manute Ball play. 11 rebounds, 8 assists. In the quarterfinals, Magu, 0 ang kanyang average the first 2 games na yun. So that is definitely a stretch performance for Manute Ball.
Coach RG, sa buong konferensya, ang average niya, 1.3. Pero nagwalo di ba?
Grabe, no?
Pagka ganun ang lalaroin ng TNT, mas delikado talaga yung mga yun. Kaya defending champion sila dito. As Johnson will feed Karagot. They wait for Mom. Gia to the cup! Nilinis pa yung ring.
And I'm telling you, this is not something that Coach Tincone will be very proud of. It's just so easy for Rain or Shine to score inside the paint. Not much semblance of interior defense provided by Ginebra right now.
Abarientos from deep nose. Stephen Holt para sa board. Holt tries his hand. Di rin umubra. Scotty doing Scotty things.
Scotty Thompson always has the magnet. But somebody takes the shot, he's always there in a good position to get the offensive rebound.
Clarito sinusukat si Holt. Trying to use that shoulder. Jonard takes care of the J.
Very high shooting percentage for the Elasto Painters. Ginebra just has to weather the storm. This has been an onslaught offensively by the white shirts of Rain or Shine.
Brownlee on the second try. Inatake ulit si Santi. Aguilar mid-range is good.
That was an easy shot. We've seen Japet Aguilar make that almost consistently. Good setup job by JB.
JJ from deep. Punches it through.
They have not missed, at least in the last 4 possessions. So defense has to be tighter for Ginebra.
16 to 10. Angat na sa ari mga bata ng Rain or Shine. Looking for their first finals appearance since 2016. Barangay Ginebra naman wants to be back for the first time since just last year, 2025. Wants to win their first one since 2023. Timeout muna tayo. Natin sa atin ang Soler Online. Play the game your way on the Soler Online Sportsbook.
Okay? Hindi. Jonard, ikaw na to. Okay? Side ni Jonard. Jonard side. Okay? Ball to you, JJ. Give it to Jonard. We will. Okay? Christian, umalis ka na dyan. Umalis ka na.
Every play, you can make your winning bet with the action right here in your hand. Play the game your way.
This is Game 1 of the semifinals sa pagitan ng Rain or Shine Elasto Painters at ng Barangay Ginebra. According to Coach Cloy Garcia, dalawang bagay ang nagpahirap sa kanila kontra sa Barangay Ginebra noong elimination round. It is the 21 open threes they gave away, pati na ang pagpapabaya nila sa pagdictate ng pace. Kaya naman today, the goal is to ensure they show that they have learned by executing their defensive schemes to the team. They want to change things up, but they are anticipating that Barangay Ginebra will be more dangerous with Japet Aguilar playing as well. This is why for today, Coach Cloy Garcia says that bench scoring will be the difference maker. He
Ika nga niya, Barangay Ginebra only used 8 guys the last time, so we can utilize everyone we have on our roster to ensure we have fresh legs and we can continue attacking them. Balik sa inyo, Magu and Coach RG.
Ang matindi lang doon, Miss Eileen, as Clarito takes the pass from Amuyang for the finger roll. Wawalo nga ginamit ni Coach Tim, pero 5 naman ang double figures.
Hindi na nahinto yun eh. So ngayon, inaayos nila yung kanilang depensa, particularly the outside shooters of Barangay Ginebra. 0 out of 5 so far from Rainbow Country. Itong mga nakapula. And another missed basket. Make it now 4 out of 13 for Barangay Ginebra in the first quarter. On the other hand, ito namang Elasto Painters, 7 out of 10 for a very high clip of 70% inside the paint. Kaya nga namang lamang itong Rainer Shine na 8 puntos dito sa ating unang yugto.
Christian Manayta is now part of the 5 para kina Coach Yang. As Clarito goes to work again, Johnson with a cleanup job. And that is a 10-point lead para sa Rainer Shine.
And also the 10th point of Johnson. Fantastic start here for the import reinforcement of Coach Yang.
You're going to hear a pin drop inside the United Center right now. The Barangay Ginebra faithful shell-shocked at the moment. Scotty trying to give him a reason to make noise. 2 shots parating para kay Thompson.
And they are going to take that. We're talking about the defense of Rainer Shine. They're just making sure that their defense is extended all the way to the 3-point area. And I've mentioned that in the first quarter, or the early part of the first quarter, make Barangay Ginebra's perimeter players penetrators more than shooters from the outside.
Thompson coming off a 16-point game kontra dito sa Phoenix Super LPG.
Look at the shooting, partner. That's 7 out of 9 for 78%. Ang ganda ng accuracy ni Scotty Thompson ng laban na yun.
Pero nung una niya nakatapat Rainer Shine this conference, monster numbers, Coach RG. 17 points, 16 rebounds, 4 assists, 3 steals. 5 of 9 shooting from the 3-point line para kay Scotty nung May 3.
Grabe yung focus ni Scotty niya. Overall brilliance.
Johnson backing up. Rosario there with him. Johnson trying to angle it in. Ball picked up by Manaytay. JJ not aware of the shot clock.
Shot clock violation.
As more guys off the bench have come in para dito kay Coach Yang, we see Anton Asisio and Adrian Docul now in. Tapos pati si Malonzo papasok na para kay Clarito naman.
We're just seeing the depth of the Elasto Painters. Kaya talagang humugot ng malalim itong si Coach Yang Yao. Samantala for Coach Tim Cone, isang palit pa lamang. Pumasok nga itong si Troy Rosario para pagpahingahin si Jacket Aguilar.
Rosario gave a great account of himself. First time they faced Rainer Shine then. Walang Jacket nga nun, so Troy went off for 13.7 rebounds there.
Foul number 1, Adrian Docul.
Another foul this time called against Adrian Docul. This can be a great development from the vantage point of Barangay Ginebra. That is the 15th foul of the Elasto Painters. Only 12 points so far for Barangay, with just a little over 3 minutes left in the first quarter.
Brownlee down the middle, kicks it out. RJ from deep. Ayaw pa rin para dito kay Barrientos. Asisio on the move. Gives it up to JJ. Not going for 3. Doesn't hurt. Brownlee over to RJ. RJ wanted to give and go pero tinalikuran niya si Troy. No committee open court. Hindi matangakan yung dribble doon. This will send us into this next mandatory. 2:45 na dito sa ating first timeout para sa Ginebra. It's sa atin ang Soler Online. Play the game your way on the Soler Online Sportsbook. Patuloy nga po ang ating pagtutok sa bakbakang Ginebra at Rainier Shine. Game 1 ng kanilang best of 7 semifinals dito sa ating 2026 PBA Commissioner's Cup. It's been a struggle para sa Ginebra. Only 12 points on 4 of 14 shooting, as Coach Archie's been pointing out so far para sa kanila. Let's see what they have up their sleeve this time. Rainier Shine's lead is 8. Abarientos working against Asisio. They go to Brownlee. They isolate that entire right side. JB backing up over to Scotty. And the struggle is real from 3.
0 out of 7 so far from the three-point area for Barangay Ginebra.
Alonso splits 2 defenders. Alonso overcooks the cleanup. Sayang na pagkakataon para sa Ross. Holt looks around. Gives it up to Abarientos. Nakalimang tres yan. Back in May 3 si RJ. So far, hindi pa nga tumatama ng tuluyan dito. Inilapit ng Bagya. Good naman yun.
They're gonna take that too, as far as the defense of Rainier Shine is concerned, for as long as they always defend the three-point area. And why am I saying that? Against Phoenix, 13 made threes for Ginebra. Against TNT, also 13 made threes. And against Rainier Shine, 21 made threes. So far, still 0. On the other hand, napakaraming tres na rin na napipitawan ito. Ay, pangalawang tres na. Yung una kay Johnson, and right now, their second one, bibigay natin dito kay Adrian Noco.
Nocum only scored 10 points in the Olymps versus Ginebra. Rosario went up strong. Manaytay sumabit. 2 shots parating para kay Troy.
The biggest riddle right now for Barangay Ginebra is first, how are they going to defend the three-point shooters of the Elasto Painters? Wide open was that shot of Adrian Noco.
That 3-point shot is brought to us by Arena Plus Sportsbook.
And the room for improvement offensively, what are they going to do if the three-point shot is not available? Obviously, they are attacking, they are penetrating, but they also have to make sure that every time they step on the free throw line, dapat yan pasok dahil down sila by 9 points with 1 and 11 remaining here in the first quarter.
Kaya naman may luxury ang Rainier Shine. Ipahinga na muna ang kanilang import. Pasok sa laro si Luis Villegas para kay Jalen Johnson. Si Rosario cuts their deficit to 8.
Impressive quarter so far for Jalen Johnson, a total of 10 points. Brownlee only with 2 so far.
Villegas to Asisio, that'll be a 4. Anton comes up a bit short. Thompson para sa board. Abarientos over at the other side, having trouble with Nocum. Ball will go to way of Rainier Shine. Ginulat ni Adrian Nocum. Itong si Abarientos.
Sticky defense, pinakita ron ni Adrian Nocum. That's why he was able to force a turnover. How big is the percentage of the 23 points of the Elasto Painters happening inside the paint? It is 14-4 advantage. Rainier Shine inside. Count another basket from Adrian Nocum. That makes their total output inside the paint only to 16.
Mas mahigit pa sa buong total ng Barangay Ginebra. Panalo play of the game yan. Nahatid sa atin ang TNT.
What a beautiful attack by Adrian Nocum. We're really used to seeing that. Taking advantage of tiny openings, scoring inside, and now coming off the bench, he has a total of 6 points.
We mentioned played 25 minutes last night. Scored 10 points on only 3 of 9 shooting. Mas maganda simula niya ngayon. 11 na po ang abante ng Rainier Shine. Rosario working against Villegas. Holt has 6 to work with. Stephen leaves it. JB launches it. Pumilya, panganan, Ralph to the rescue.
Being in the right place and at the right time. Huge basket by Ralph At least to add another 2 points. There's 17 total here in the first.
Last shot time para sa Ross. Nocum again, trying to dance with JB. 3 to shoot. Nocum will dive in, goes to the spin. Hule! Need Brownlee to end the first.
At least they ended with a huge defensive stop. Brownlee not really as productive as you want him to be in the first quarter with only 2 points. This guy exploded with 10.
Jalen Johnson, 4 of 8 shooting from the field. Coach Archie already said it. Merong 10 points, may 6 na rebound, may kasama pang shimmy. Jalen Johnson really imposing his will at this point.
And that is why they're up by 9 points at the end of 12. Let's see if they can sustain their effort.
Ikaw ba, alam mo ang tap-tap send at gumagamit ka ba ng tap-tap send?
Yes, tap-tap send ang ginagamit ko kapag nagpapadala ka sa Pilipinas. Kakapadala ko lang last.
Slow today, shooting just 33% from the field at the end of the first quarter. How would you like to get into better offensive flow?
Well, their pressure is slowing us down. We're not really moving the ball well. So we got to adjust to that pressure. We really have to, just settle down. Because when we can't execute our offense, it's affecting our defense. We have a lot of miscommunication, so we're looking to correct that here in the second quarter.
Thank you so much, Coach Richard Del Rosario. Gentlemen, back to you.
Very clear input and read by assistant coach Richard Del Rosario. Of course, the 17 points of Barangay Ginebra, very low if you compare it to their first quarter performance in their previous 3 games. And the reason is their inability to shoot from the three-point area. And it's also quite certain, and Coach Richard was able to articulate it. They're bothered right now by the pressure defense of the Elasto Painters. That is why they've turned the ball over 6 times also, only 2 for Rainer Shine, which resulted to 9 points off the turnovers for the white shirts and still 0 for Barangay Ginebra.
Brownlee going to work. He's played every single second of the game so far. Pareho rin para dito kay Abarientos with Ralph Gu, Stephen Holt, and Troy Rosario completing the 5. Sa kabila naman is Manantay with Noko. Here comes the 3 from Alonso. Kasama nila sila Assis Joe and Villegas.
We're not surprised at all. Malonzo found himself open from the deep corner and he was able to nail it. His first 3 in this game.
Nice backdoor cut by Holt.
And that is one antidote. If the defense is playing you tight, you have to go backdoor. Chances are that backdoor play is always going to be open.
Assis Joe for 3. No. Rebound para dito kay Ku. Holt going the other way. Malonzo in front. Holt lost his dribble, gives it up to Troy. Rosario in a collision with Villegas. Hindi pa natin nakikita si Kalen Chongson, ano?
Nakikita ko, pero hindi pa naglalaro.
Yung
Nandun sa corner, katabi si Bo Belga. Kasi baka natakpan ni Bo. Yan.
kaya naman pala.
Naisupam ka na.
Mga nandun banda, nadidinig naman siya. Let's see if we get some run anytime soon. Kasi ang ganda rin ng laro ni Chongson last game. Solid eh.
Taas ng kumpiyansa niya. Pag open sa 3, tumitira. Tapos ang ganda ng kanyang teamwork with their import, Jalen Johnson. But Coach Sheng has seen enough. He does not want Barangay Ginebra to get a certain momentum. Dahil nga, nagkakaroon na sila ng magandang passing game. Nagkakaroon na rin sila ng magandang read dun sa double team na ginagawa against Justin Brownlee.
Chongson scored
Sideline lang,
23 points para kay Chongson and 7 assists. He shot 7 of 12 from that three-point line against San Miguel.
Pang best player of the game yan. Pero 29 si Karakot.
Yun eh.
Kailangan ibigay mo kay Andre.
So, may mga tao nag-iiyaman para kay Dre. Ralph Gu, siya yung best player ng tinalo nila Rainer Shine na nakaraan. Nag-mintis ka na sa kanyang tres. Villegas to Malonzo.
And again, the speed of the Elasto Painters. A huge challenge right now for the defenders of Barangay Ginebra. Count another basket via the transition variety. It is now 6-0 advantage by Rainer Shine on that department alone.
Brownlee waiting for the pick. Alonso all over it. They go to Gray. Jeremiah misses. The struggle is real from the three-point line para sa mga nakabula.
Just can't hit the bottom of the net.
JJ showing him how it's done.
That has been the story of the ball game. It's all about rhythm. It's all about confidence from the three-point area. 0 threes for Barangay. Count another 3 for a total of 4 for Rainer Shine.
13 na ang abante ng Elasto Painters, forcing Coach Lim into a timeout. At it's atin ito ng Soler Online. Play the game your way on the Soler Online Sportsbook. Coach Archie, both of these teams finished the elims with a 9-win, 3-loss record. Both of them also needed just one game to make it to the semifinals through the quarters, and both of them pretty much stack up against each other as well.
Look at the number of points. The best scoring team in the league. We're talking about Rainer Shine's over 112 points per ball game. Barangay Ginebra is third. But on perimeter defense or perimeter points, that is where Barangay Ginebra really is making a living. They've lorded it over in the elimination round, also in their lone quarter-final matchup against Phoenix. But it is not present in tonight's game. So chalk up that one to the preparation of the Elasto Painters guarding the perimeter scorers of Ginebra. Another TO here for Barangay Ginebra. And look at Rainer Shine pushing. Good thing. Ready doon yung depensa ng Barangay.
Ginebra shooting 0 for 10 from that three-point line so far. Rainer Shine on the other end, 4 of 10. Huwag ka na mag-compute, Dominic Uy. 40% yun. Compute pa yun sigurado. Brownlee from that left wing. Goes to the crossover. Baseline cut off. He pulls up. JB in and out. Rosario found us aboard. Thompson trying to pin down Loco. Had to get out of the box. Rosario down low. Kakayurin si Villegas. Couldn't get the bounce. JJ. Inabot ni Gray. Bilis naman ang transition din ng Rainer Shine. Brownlee says, who cares? Over 10 for 3. Sa 4 pumukol.
Finally a shot from beyond the second white line or the farther white line. And that is a 4 for JB.
Johnson babawi. Maguentes. JB again. This crowd anticipating another long bomb. JB puts his head down. Trying to get around Malonzo. They go to the corner. Scotty. Naipit. Nakatapik.
Oh, what a catch by my partner, Magumar John. Take it.
Pasa ni Anton sa Stu. Pasa sa atin.
Just 2.9 remaining here.
Kung tinira ka, paalisin naman ni Boss Kong Willie.
Delaying the game ka, baka ma-technical ka lang. Pero papabalikin ka.
Papabalikin naman ako. Pasa ko sa'yo para ikaw ang paalisin.
Grabe yung tinanong mo. Grabe naman yung tinanong mo. Pwede ka pala maging goalie sa football.
Buti nga, hindi na bali yung
Shot clock at 2.2 seconds.
Only 2.2 remaining here. Again, Spectacular defense so far by the Elasto Painters, limiting Barangay Ginebra to just 25 points so far, and almost another turnover, completed turnover. They're able to sustain their defense, forcing another TO. Barangay Ginebra really having problems extricating from this leech-like defense of the Elasto Painters.
It is just suffocating.
Yes.
Diba? Iisang 4 nga eh. Talagang yung 3-point line, bantay sarado talaga.
And it is not by accident. We heard it sa report kanina ni Aileen when she was talking about what Coach Caloy shared. They really want to make sure that they will defend the 3-point line. And so far, so good for ROS.
Johnson. Ito yung mga makakalaban nung kung ikaw si Rosario tsaka si Japet, dapat malaking steak yung kinain mo kagabi, no?
Para bumbigat ka ng bahagya.
Diba? Alam mo, mapapalabang ka eh.
Oh.
Johnson puts it on the deck. Gustong matras ni JJ. He whips it around. Villegas, Tumalonzo, extra pass to Andre. Carapitas, take it. Overpassing on the part of Rainier Shine.
Too unselfish that time. I like their ability to make the extra pass, but you gotta understand, you only have 24 seconds to manufacture a basket. Dapat nakikita mo kung ilan natitira ron.
Brownlee for 4. Nope. Hongkong with the board. Caragot on the other side. Stop and pop. No. Scotty trying to push it. Pero pakto na agad ang kalaban nila doon. Koo trying to break free. He hit 5 3-pointers back on May 3. Brownlee dumps it in. Rosario!
Oh, that was a good read. Rosario was able to seal a much smaller defender in Caragot, and great identification done by Brownlee to issue that pass.
Nokum took the ankles off Scotty. Pero hindi pa rin mapadeliver. Gray gets behind the D. And here comes Ginebra, Coach RG.
4 straight baskets for Ginebra, and you don't want to get the crowd involved if you're Rainier Shine.
Johnson in traffic, forces it up, gets the bounce.
And that is what you want to do. If you are the import, try to look for mismatches. Johnson feels like he's being guarded by a lighter defender, a much smaller defender, might as well attack him.
Brownlee against Villegas. They go to Koo. Ralph to a backdoor cutting Scotty. Extra pass the other way. Shot clock at 1. Rosario with a stick back.
Now they're making the extra pass and they're crashing the glass. Another basket by Troy Rosario.
Nokum puts it on the deck. Will step back. Adrian, no. Johnson keeps it there. Caragut, no. Oh, look at Nokum with a kamikaze rebound attempt. It's 5-on-4 the other way. Gray. Pangalawang 4 na para sa Ginebra. Natakot ako na Nokum yung lundag niya kanina.
Oo nga. And the momentum has definitely shifted. What a courageous basket by Gray. They had the numbers. Nokum was not yet inside the frame, and yet, because of his confidence, he took that shot, and he did not regret it.
Ang lamang ng Rainier Shine bumaba na sa 1. Pero may 2 free throws sa parating para dito. Kay Adrian Nokum.
Once upon a time, partner, it was a 13-point advantage by Rainier Shine.
Nokum comes up short.
That was a foul called against Gray, against a driving Adrian Nokum. And this is what you want to guard against. If you're playing Barangay Ginebra, you have to make sure that there are no highlight plays, there are no back-to-back threes, and now shots from the 4-point area because the crowd is now alive. Back-to-back misses by Adrian Mocon from the free throw line.
Pagkakataon na Ginebra makatikim ng kalamangan for the first time tonight. Gray again. Gets to a spot. Maya gives Ginebra the lead.
And what a performance by Jeremiah Gray, coming off the bench and now top scoring for his team with a total of 8 points.
How will Rainier Shine respond? They go to Johnson. He set the tone back in the first. Can he carry on here in the second? Johnson for three. No. Rebound Thompson.
Strong 14-point turnaround by Barangay Ginebra. Once upon a time, down by 13. Now tapping the upper hand with a 1-point advantage. Yung exploits partner ni Gray, yun ang malaking bagay dito.
And they're getting it done without Brownlee, Coach RG.
Oh, yes.
Si Torres ang pinasok para pagpahingayin si JB.
Holding number 14, Anthony Camacho.
It's all about confidence. He saw the defense go through that screen. He had a tiny opening, stopped on a dime, and made a basket from mid-range. Nag-iba, no? Yung momentum ng laban, bumaliktad bigla.
Barangay Ginebra has doubled up on Rainier Shine in the second, 20-10. Ito ang ating quarter scoring so far. Gray will pull up again. Nope. Johnson para sa board. Karagot in a rush. He feeds Mamuya. Gian puts it up. No! Santillan with a cleanup. Ayaw pa rin.
That will be reviewed.
Might be a legal tap though. Tumama na sa likod.
Minsan nagugulat din yung mga referee natin. Again, what is the difference? If the ball hits the backboard first, you erase it. That's a goal sending. But here, tumama sa board, tumama sa ring, that should be a legal play.
Legal bad away there from our point of view. Sinigurado lang.
Interesting call. I want to hear this one.
Upon review, there was no goaltending violation. Ball possession to Barangay Ginebra.
Pwede naman tayo magulat. Pwede rin magulat ang referee.
Yeah.
Nagulat lang.
Nagulat lang.
Nagulat lang.
Kayo naman. Kinagagalit na nila, Coach. May momentum nasa kanila. Diba? Gusto nila tumakbo na ng tumakbo. As Thompson is looking to extricate himself. Scotty down the gut of the D. Lalim ng pinagdukutan mo. 2 shots parating para kay Thompson.
Tinamaan sa ilong eh. Ang lalim na, winasiwas pa. Ibig sabihin, ang tagal niya sa ere. Coach Heng Yao, very emotional. Let's take a look at the slow-mo once again. Look at the drive of Scotty Thompson. Oh yes, there was a hit by Leonard Santillan. It was not Johnson.
Scotty's second is good. Kanina pa rin natin hinahanap o pinagtataka ba't di pa ginagamit si Kalen Johnson. Alam na yata ni Miss Eileen ang dahilan niya.
Yes, Magu and Coach RG, bago magsimula ang laro, we asked both teams if they were healthy and ready to play at ang sagot ng coaches at ng PT at ng players, okay naman daw. Kaya naman with Kalen Johnson on extended minutes on the bench, we checked again and that was when PT Aris Hayag reported that he had stomach issues last night and prior to starting the game, sumakit ulit ito. Kaya naman ika nga ni assistant coach Ricky Umayag, hindi namin pinipilit si Kalen maglaro, we will put him in as needed and based on the coach's information.
Medyo matagal na yung stomach issues ni Kalen Johnson. Di ba he missed a couple of games because of it as well, Miss Eileen, Coach RG?
Oo nga eh, narinig ko na rin yan. At ngayon malaking bagay yan dahil nga yung gusto mo kasi, kung ano man ang momentum na na-generate mo in your previous game, And he had an exemplary performance against San Miguel. Sana mag-carry over yun dito sa Game 1 ng semifinals. Unfortunately, it depends on his current situation whether he's going to be utilized by his head coach.
Pero yung sinasabing bigla lang sumakit before the game. Nag-courtside reported din ako eh. Madalas yan pag playoffs na nagtataguan ng injury mga yun. Di ba? Kahit ikaw nag-coach ka, tatlo championship.
Delay muna.
Di ba? Parang baka malaman ng kalaban.
Oo, kasama sa ano yan, sa strategy yan.
Yan.
Kasi usually yung galing ni itong si Chongson, pagpipreparahan niya ng kalaban. So ibig sabihin, you want the opposing team to spend a lot of time, kumbaga, trying to figure you out.
Iba lang, hindi ka
maglalaro.
Nakapagsunod ka ng preparasyon ng kabila.
Yan, tama yan.
John Pinto pinasok ni Coach Tim, so he's going deeper into his rotation now. Pinto and Torres now on. Kanina si Gray at si Gu. Nakadulas na doon. Si Jonard as Pinto hits the three.
Huge basket by Pinto.
Jonard. Nakatapigan ni JB. JB takes it to the rack. Foul si Santi.
So just a lot of mistakes right now for the Elasto Painters.
Kanina, puro Ginebra yung turnover, no?
Bumaliktad. At ang nangyayari, because of those turnovers, nagkakaroon ng opportunity to run itong Barangay Ginebra. Samantala, titignan nila kung matatawagan ba ng basket interference itong Rain or Shine.
Noong first quarter, 6 ang turnover na Ginebra. Yung second, 2 na lang. Itong Rain or Shine, dadalawa. First quarter, nakaka-4 na ngayong second.
Bumaliktad nga itong sitwasyon natin dito. At dahil nga nakakashoot na rin itong Ginebra, hindi na nakakatakbo yung mga nakapati.
There was no basket interference.
No goaltend whistle there, but it'll still mean 2 shots para kay JB dahil penalty na naman talaga ang Rain or Shine. Dalawang abante ng Ginebra, 42-40. Timeout muna tayo. Natin sa atin ang Soler Online. Play the game your way on the Soler Online Sportsbook.
Isolating! We're moving the ball! We catch and we attack! We are not isolating!
Jeremiah Gray pumping some life into the fight of Barangay Ginebra. 8 quick points ang kanyang i-deliver, Coach RG, and that was when they were down by as many as 13.
That was obviously the magic bunot of Coach Tim Cone. When things weren't going right for Barangay Ginebra, he was able to pluck out Jeremiah Gray from the deepest part of their bench. And all of a sudden, this guy became not just relevant, but pretty much the best player in that span of time. And from a 9-point deficit at the start of the second quarter, ngayon lamang na sila ng 2 puntos. Malaking bagay talaga itong naging performance sa Jeremiah Gray. Rattled off his numbers. 8 points, 3 out of 5 from the field, and +7 nung sa kanyang 7 minutes of basketball time.
That already ties a conference high para sa kanya, yung 8 puntos. As JB is at the line now. 2:33 natitira sa ating first half.
And quickly, I just want to go back. 3.5 points per game lang yan. So, ibig sabihin, nadoblehan niya na yung kanyang confidence average with now a total of 8 all happening in the second quarter.
JB splits. He's got 9 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals, and a block. An all-around first half na para dito kay Justin Brownlee. May mahigit 2 minuto pa natitira. Karakot mid-range. Doesn't work. Johnson trying to keep it alive. It is reached for by Santillan. They go to JJ down low. Johnson on the run.
Better execution here for Rainer Shine. I caught the tail end of the timeout of Coach Sheng Giao. At least 4 times he said, we want to move the ball. We are not an isolating team, and that is exactly what they did right after the timeout.
43-42, Ginebra by 1. Brownlee couldn't send it home. Karakot and Pinto battling for the board. 2 referees looking at each other. Jump ball, Pinito.
Oh, the baseline referee was actually looking at his teammates, the guys in black. So nung wala siyang nakuhang tulong, talagang jump ball ang kanyang tinawag.
Si Karakot ay hindi pa nare-rediscover ang kanyang pinakita ng kalaban ng San Miguel. Karakot versus Pinto. Hiyawan yung mga tao, bihira yun. 2 point guard, ano?
Sa sobrang liit, hindi naabot yung goal.
Rat naman, bababa mo yung nagis.
Kala mo yung nagsalita, matangkad.
Johnson is fouled here on the pass to Santi. It's gonna go against Torres.
Lucky break, to be honest with you. The Elasto Painters import actually lost the possession. Pero natawagan pa ng blocking foul itong si Torres.
Pumipila sa free throw line si Johnson. Wala pang penalty ang Ginebra.
O yun talaga yung posisyon niya doon sa sideline out of bounds play. Bigla siyang magda-down screen. Tignan mo.
Yung pala yung gagawin. No? Teka, meron na mga wet spot doon sa ilalim. Johnson launches another one. 3 ball. Taplis lang. The 3-point shot has not been kind to Rainer Shine. Timing 3 sila back in the first quarter. Hit 2 big ones. Pero hindi na nila napagpatuloy dito yan. Dalawa pa rin naman. Amarrientos, no. Karakot gives it up to Jonard. That's an offensive foul on Clarito.
Now for Jonard Clarito, it is obvious that they want to quicken the tempo of the ball game. Coach Sheng Giao did not like that call. It feels like it's not supposed to be a charging foul called against Clarito. But it will be double checked.
Pakiramdam nila gumagalaw pa si RJ do. So with 1:02 remaining sa ating first half, everybody's waiting for the replay. Naunahan ba? O gumaga. Ito ang itapat siguro dito.
This is probably a better angle.
Makaangat ba yung paa? Bilis na pangyayari.
Well, what we're going to see is whether it hit the middle part of the torso of BRGY Barrientos. And it was also pretty obvious that Jonard Clarito was out of control. So that will be material in the decision-making of our referees.
Sigurado tayo, RJ tried to get there, but did he? Hirap tawagan ng ito. Bang-bang play. Ito, may decision na. Coach RJ.
After po ng review, si BRGY Barrientos established ng legal guarding possession. Kaya tumama si Clarito. Kaya ang tawag ko ay offensive foul. Kaya therefore, the challenge of Rainer Shine is not successful.
And I thought that was a huge sacrifice on the part of BRGY Barrientos to give up his body on the driving John Garito, and he was rewarded. Unsuccessful challenge by Coach Yengyao. Ibig sabihin, wala na siyang available na challenge the rest of the way.
Ginebra up by 143-42. Brownlee in traffic. Gets the basket. Mika Solomon fouled.
Justin Brownlee making sure that he will attack aggressively. He was able to elude the defense of Leonard Santillan. On the weak side help, there was Jalen Johnson, but unfortunately he was late. That will be the 4th personal foul against Jalen Johnson. So again, an enormous development on the part of Coach Yengyao's rotation.
Bonus free throw for Justin Brownlee.
Justin scoring has definitely picked up here in the second quarter, now with a total of 12 points after just scoring 2 points first quarter natin.
Ito naman si Johnson na medyo nahirapan. Nanaytay. Wide left. Johnson actually has 19. Scored 10 goals in the first, 9 here in the second. Pero down by 4 na. Ranger Shine. Amarientos. Going around. Pinto with his second triple of the game. Last shot time for Ranger Shine. Carago trying to make it happen. They go to Johnson. He feeds Mamu. Gian misses. And a huge second quarter onslaught by Barangay Ginebra will see them take a 7-point lead.
And let me correct myself, only 1 personal foul against Jalen Johnson, but definitely defense is so different right now for Barangay Ginebra.
Ito ang ating Tibay Defensive Stop of the Half brought to you by Pioneer Elasto Seal. Tibay Defense sa tag-init o tag-ulan, Elasto Seal mo yan. 49-42. It is Barangay Ginebra with a 7-point lead. This after trailing by as many as 7 points. Halftime festivities coming up dito sa RPTV. May breakdown ni Coach RG. Anong mga nangyari dito sa first half?
Ikaw ba, alam mo ang tap-tap send at gumagamit ka ba ng tap-tap send?
Yes, tap-tap send ang ginagamit ko kapag nagpapadala ka sa Pilipinas. Kakapadala ko lang last.
Ikaw ba, alam mo ang tap-tap send at gumagamit ka ba ng tap-tap send?
Yes, tap-tap send ang ginagamit ko kapag nagpapadala ka sa Pilipinas. Kakapadala ko lang last.
much do we love Pinoy sports? As a fan, we don't just watch the games.
The season for me, and I just owe it all to the work I put in.
We watch every part, every angle, every name. We talk about the plays. Talk about it for days. We witness the big events, the thrilling moments, and relive the best seconds. We cherish the fears, the tears, at syempre, the cheers. How much do we love Pinoy sports? With all our heart, all-out passion. All the time. All with Pilipinas Live. Ang app natin para sa sports natin.
Hi, PBA fans! It's Carla Lizardo Sulit welcoming you back to our 50th Commissioner's Cup live chat party dito sa ating One Sports YouTube channel presented by TapTap. Our score at .42. Nang una, Rainer Shine ang lumamang. Ginebra was having trouble with turnovers in the first quarter, but the tables turned in the second quarter. Ang Rainer Shine naman ang nagkaroon ng maraming turnovers, giving Ginebra a 10-0 run, and they actually outscored Rainer Shine 32-16 in the second quarter. Sa mga naghahanap kay Kaylan Tiongson para dito sa Rainer Shine, he actually has stomach issues daw last night, and masakit pa rin yung tiyan niya earlier today, so he will play as needed. That is from our report from courtside reporter Eileen Shi. So kung may mga Rainer Shine fans in the chat na nagtataka kung bakit hindi nakapasok si Tiongson, who was a key player para dito sa Rain or Shine in the quarterfinals, that is why. Now let's check out the stats from the game so far. Barangay Ginebra really struggling from the three. They missed their first 12 attempts, pero they were able to hit 2 out of 16 na after 2 quarters. But they are hitting 50% from 4. They hit 2 out of 4 in the 4-point area in the first half of this game. Barangay Ginebra also with their turnovers, lawang sila 8-7. Again, like I mentioned earlier, Ginebra had trouble in the first quarter, pero Rain or Shine naman yung nagka-problema sa turnovers in the second. Ginebra is also up with their perimeter points, 24-14, while Rain or Shine is getting their points from the paint, 24-16. So there you have it, our stats from the game so far. Now let's talk about the top players. Para dito sa Ginebra, they are being led by Justin Brownlee, who had hamstring issues in their last game, but he looks fine and he is leading the team in scoring here with 12. Si Jeremiah Gray, ang magic bunot ni Coach Tim Cone here in the second quarter, scoring 8 in the second quarter alone and sparking that run para dito sa Ginebra. We have Thompson and Pinto with 6 points each. Para naman dito sa Rain or Shine, Johnson with 19. We have Mamuyak with 8. And Nocom with 6. Now let's check out the highlights from the first and second quarters. Japeth Aguilar with the ball. He is open for that early slam to kick. An N1 para dito kay Johnson, who will also try to put Rain or Shine up here in this game. In the first quarter, 7-2 ang ating score. But Abarientos will score para dito sa Barangay Ginebra. Gian Mamuyak, one of the bright spots para dito sa Rain or Shine all throughout the series with a strong drive. And then Jonard Clarito with the post-up. He gets that to go. Adrian Nocom, another one of the biggest contributors para dito sa Rain or Shine here in the Commissioner's Cup with a strong lefty drive. Moving on to the second quarter, Rain or Shine is up by 10. Holt with a backdoor cut. And then we see Jalen Johnson for 3 once again. That was a long 3 para dito kay Jalen Johnson. But Brownlee will answer back with a 4-pointer. Ayun na nga, nahihirapan ng Barangay Ginebra sa 3. No problem because Jeremiah Gray will hit another 4 para dito sa Barangay Ginebra. Si Johnson naman, pamatay sunog para dito sa Rain or Shine as they are now down in the second quarter. But Pinto will continue the scoring para dito sa Barangay Ginebra. And again, Barangay Ginebra is up here in our half. And let's have some shout out sa ating sa ating mga nagpa-participate sa ating live chat. Shout out na muna sa lahat ng mga BRGY fans kasi kayo yung pinakamarami sa ating chat tonight. Sabi ni Joshua, go rain or shine. Si Arnel sabi niya mag-ingay ang BRGY pampaswerte sa rain or shine. Joseph is watching from Pampanga. We have Lilybeth who is cheering from Ginebra. Sabi niya Ginebra talaga ang mananalo. Jansen said, galingan nyo Barangay Ginebra. Michael says, good evening sa mga kabarangay Ginebra. Laban natin to, never say die. Topher says, good luck to Ginebra. The C and the Morley families are cheering for Ginebra but love daw nila si Coach Yeng. And again, sa lahat ng mga BRGY fans na talagang kanina pa nagpaparamdam TNT at Meralco pa lang yung lumalaban pero nagpaparamdam na kayo. Anyway, continue cheering for your favorite team. Who do you think will take Game 1 dito sa ating semifinal series? This is a best of 7. Will it be Ginebra or rain or shine? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Babasahin ko yan mamaya pagbalik natin. But for now, sa mga nanonood na PBA fans from all around the world, kung kailangan nyo mag-transfer ng money sa inyong loved ones or family dito sa Pilipinas, para sa mabilis, safe at sulit na padalove to the Philippines, download TapTapSend, the trusted remittance best friend of OFWs worldwide. This is a digital money transfer and walang transfer fee to mobile banks and e-wallets. And of course, if you want a shout out, just let me know your name and where you are watching from and I'll give you a shout out later on. And for the latest in the world of sports, please follow One Sports on YouTube, Facebook, X, Reddit, Instagram, and on TikTok. Third quarter is starting in just a bit. Tutok lang kayo dito sa One Sports YouTube channel.
Ikaw ba, alam mo ang TapTapSend at gumagamit ka ba ng TapTapSend?
Yes, TapTapSend ang ginagamit ko kapag nagpapadala ka sa Pilipinas. Kakapadala ko lang last.
Huge 32-point second quarter. Ang Barangay Ginebra po nakalamang na by 7. That after being down by as many as 13, 49-42 dito sa Game 1 ng kanilang semi-final series para sa 2026 PBA Commissioner's Cup. Ating pa rin kakwentuhan courtside dito sa Inares, Antipolo. 3-time PBA champion coach Ryan Gregorio. Grabe yung turnaround. Magkaiba yung first and second quarters.
Oh, the trajectory of Barangay Ginebra dramatically changed when they inserted their bench players, particularly Jeremiah Gray, Pinto, who also had 6 points. Jeremiah counted for 8 points. And also, even guys like Ralph who was able to help. So tama yung nabanggit mo, in the 9:41 mark of the second quarter, lamang ng 13 points itong kupunan ni Coach Sheng Giao. But the rest of the way, they were outscored by Barangay Ginebra 28-8. Napakalaking diferensya yan. Now, our halftime summary, Ginebra enjoying a 7-point advantage. 43% from the field, only 37 for rain or shine. Free throw shooting, more free throws awarded to Barangay Ginebra, knocking down 9 for 81% and only 6 attempts, making 4 for the Elasto Painters. Bench points, we discussed that briefly. 21 bench points for Barangay Ginebra and only 11 for rain or shine. Before this game, we were raving about the depth of rain or shine, but that was not the case in the first 2 quarters.
Adrian Nocum only with 6 points off the bench so far. Si Mike Palonzo tumulong din by 5. Yung parehong import pa lang ang nakaka-double digits dito. At ito na yung mga binabanggit ni Coach Ryan Gregorio. Jeremiah Gray, John Art Pinto off the bench already combining for 14.
Napakalaking bagay talaga yung pagpasok ni Jeremiah Gray. He scored 8 points in just a little over 7 minutes. While on the other hand, parang may nawawalang manlalaro. yung Andre Caraco.
Oo nga.
29 points ng previous game. 0 dito sa first 2 quarters.
0 for 4 shooting so far para dito kay Caraco as we send it over to Bell.
Coach Caloy, after Ginebra's 32-second quarter, where they also outscored you in transition, what key adjustments are you looking to do?
Well, lessen our turnovers. They scored 8 points in the second quarter, and we have to keep the pace on our side. We just slowed down in the second quarter.
Thank you so much, Coach Caloy. Back to you, gentlemen.
At yun yung kinagagalit ni Coach Yeng. They gotta keep with their own game plan. Hindi pwede, puro one-on-one. Hindi pwedeng babagalan.
And their success metric was because of their defense. They forced stops. In fact, 2 out of 16 from the three-point area. Ito kumpunan ni Coach Tim Cone. Kaya nakakatakbo itong rain or shine. But unfortunately, they fouled a lot in the second quarter. 11 na free throws awarded to Barangay Ginebra and also a lot of inside incursions. So that really paved the way for Barangay to gain traction and momentum. Kaya lamang na sila ng 7 puntos dito sa ating papasok ng third quarter.
May mga adjustment dito si Coach Yeng. 3 guys off the bench in the first quarter now starting. Talking about Nocum, Asisio, and Villegas. Villegas is off and running. Makakasama nila yung mga starters na Jaden Johnson and John Clarito. Villegas looks hurt in the backcourt. Sa kanyang hamstring nakahaba. 5-on-4. Scotty knocks on the 3.
He's holding on to his right knee. It is not a good sign for the Elasto Painters.
Already missing the services of Kalen Johnson tonight with some stomach issues once again. A look of concern from Coach Yeng.
This is now the biggest lead of Barangay Ginebra. After that trifecta of Scotty Thompson, their lead ballooned to 10 points. So it's a 23-point turnaround. But a cause of concern right now for Coach Yeng, as you mentioned, and the rest of the Elasto Painters team is the health status of their young player.
Just before that fast break attempt, he was guarding Justin Brownlee all the way to the other free throw line, di ba?
Tama yan. And then he was actually the one who tried to finish yung kanilang fast break situation. But he's really not known to be a fast break finisher. Well, he felt it right. I thought before his takeoff, he did not get the correct elevation. And when he landed, he gestured to his coach right away. I don't feel good. You have to sub me out.
Pressure in the backcourt being applied by the Redshirts. They have Abarientos, Thompson, Holt, Brownlee, and Aguilar on the floor. Japet Aguilar na actually. Naglaro less than 8 minutes pa lang sa ating laro. As Abarientos crashes into Asisio.
Maganda rin kasi yung pasok ni Troy Rosario. Troy Rosario was able to contribute 5 points. So the bench contribution, huge difference for Barangay Ginebra.
It's going to be a kick.
Shot clock reset to 14 seconds.
Just almost a minute into this third quarter, it is already a 10-point lead para sa Ginebra. Nocum makes his move. He's got to go to work. Nocum off the spin and the fake is thwarted. Clarito will attack and clean it up as well.
Finally, a basket from Jonard Clarito. He's been bleeding for his points. Scoreless in the first quarter. Was able 4 points rather in the first quarter. Scoreless in the second quarter. And just a 6-point here in the game.
Abarientos in attack mode. Shoots over Anton.
He's been making difficult shots. Defense was all over his face, but for some reason, Andre Abarientos was able to make a basket.
54-44. Asisio gets it across. Hasn't had a clean look so far tonight. Johnson dives in, 19 points in the first half. He'll have to earn his first 2 from the line here in the third.
Pushing out on number 25.
Number 25 was the guilty party. His second personal foul, that is Japet Aguilar. Also the second team foul for Barangay Ginebra. Now this guy has to do a lot of heavy lifting because his local teammates are not consistently contributing. This guy is definitely missed in tonight's game. We're talking about Kalen Chongson, who exploded for 23 points in their victory against San Miguel.
Johnson misses the second. Si Manaytay ang pinasok ni Coach Cheng para dito kay Villegas. We might see a Bo Belga sighting tonight. Kung sakaling kakailanganin ang big sa rotation. Navarrientos couldn't slither his way through. JB gets it back from RJ. To the shoot. Holt mid-range, no. Rebound pulled down by Johnson. Larito gliding in for that one. And that pulls Ranger Shine to within 7.
And this is where they usually get a lot of mileage. Forcing a stop and then making that forward pass, pushing the ball and speeding up the tempo of the ball game.
Two-man game na naman. Sinali si Scotty mula sa kaliwa. Hold, quick trigger. No. Malcolm pushing it. 15-foot pull-up. Adrian. No. Manaytay with a board. Doesn't even look at the rim. Now they go to JJ. Asisio taking it to the chest of Holt. JJ from deep. Punches it through.
And that is what they want to do. Just make sure that they make the extra pass, get their shooters into good balance with 2 feet set, and another 3-point basket by JJ.
That's the third triple of the game. Barangay Johnson. Brownlee, though, gets the deuce right back. Open court situation. Nokkom loses control, pero meron man naman palakasing foul. And immediately a challenge from Coach Tim. May control pa ba siya na nagkatamaan? O pagkatapos na?
Masyadong vehement yung reaction ni Scotty Thompson. And the reaction of Coach Tim Cone was obviously to challenge that one dahil parang sure na sure si Scotty Thompson na hindi niya pinaul. Let's take a look at the slow-mo again.
Wala nang kontrol eh. Wala nang kontrol eh. Bago pa magkakiskisan.
And this is what I like. If you are in the Coliseum, you have a good vantage point also via our Jumbotron. You're seeing what is happening. Various slow-mo mechanisms, different angles. What you're seeing at home are the exact things that the spectators are looking at right now. So they can actually be parang judge rin sa mga pangyayari dito sa ating laro.
Pero yung mga tunay na judge pag-desisyon na Coach Ryan. And I believe
you are correct. The operative word is control. Wala nang control doon si Adrian Nokkom.
Ito, maririnig na natin yung announcement.
After po ng review, na-loose na po yung bola bago yung foul kay Scotty Thompson. Therefore, ang challenge po ng Ginebra ay successful.
Adigma, na-loose na yung bola.
Tama. So, kumbaga, pwede ka maging referee. Parang ganun ang suma total eh. Nabanggit mo na yun eh. So, nung nawala yung bola, ibig sabihin, wala nang control yung offensive player. So, incidental na yung contact. And that is precisely the reason as to why Barangay Ginebra won that challenge.
So, kung nalabasan, inadvertent whistle, kaya jump ball tayo. No?
But ito talagang gray area rin talaga to eh. Okay, so walang foul, wala yung bola. Nakuha ba ng Ginebra yun? Kasi hindi gusto ni Coach Tim Cone na jump ball ang kahihinatnan.
Kasi nasa po na nila eh. Nasa po na nila eh. But yan po ang nakasaad sa ating rules and regulation.
Basta rules yan, we will abide.
Anybody can jump it up, so it's Japet versus Jalen. This time Japet wins, but si Clarito out-hustles everybody to it. Shot clock at 16. Clarito, backing bodies. Clarito! Kalabawan ng labanan dito sa Antipolo.
At nabiyayaan dahil hindi lamang siya nakashoot ng 2 puntos, matatawagan ng foul. Pero si Stephen Hall. So a chance for a 3-point play for JC. Don't look now. Barangay Ginebra is only up by 4 points.
Tapang nun ha, matibay na defender din si Holt eh. Pero sinagasaan ni Clarito sa pagkakataon na yan. Speaking of matapang, balikan natin si Miss Eileen.
Mag-win Coach RG, it is not his knee he was complaining about. Right hamstring pain daw ang iniinda ni Luis Villegas. Nakalakad naman siya mag-isa papunta sa dugout, so as of now, they are still there icing the area. Then he will need to undergo further assessment before determining if he could get back to the game. Balik sa inyo.
So hindi ka lang pala pwedeng maging referee, pwede ka rin maging PT. Dahil din agad yung sinabi mo eh, hamstring injury. Samantala, Justin Brownlee coming here in the 3rd quarter, scoring another basket.
Dami kong tarbangan, wide receiver pa. Johnson, no. Clarito, look at it go! And one, Barangay Ginebra.
Jonard, Clarito's energy, nakakahawa talaga yan. And we've seen that time and again. Meron siyang mga exploits na talagang unbelievable for a guy who's not really tall. But because of his tenacity, his eagerness to get another possession, multiple opportunities, foul was called once again, and a chance for a 3-point play.
He's only 6'2", produkto ng De Ocampo.
Challenge once again. Coach Tim Cohen unhappy with a call of our referee that was supposed to be a foul against a Barangay Ginebra player. Pero John Red Clarito.
So if they say no foul, counted by basket. Or they can also change it to an offensive. Ano?
Pakinggan muna natin.
Pagkatapos po na review, laking foul po si Scotty. Tumama po sa kanang tuhod niya. Nagkaroon ng illegal contact. Kaya ang challenge ng Ginebra is not successful.
So not successful on the second challenge. Let's look at this.
Tuhod ang sinabi. Tignan natin.
Ayun! The coaching staff of Ginebra looking at yung pagwasiwas ng braso at siko. Pero yung referee ang tinitignan niya yung tuhod do sa hita. Ano?
Kasi yun ang nakita natin eh.
Yan, hanggang ngayon minamaestro ni Coach Chart.
Lagot ka.
Another stop by Rainer Shine. As he's to the corner. Free ball, no boom. Rainer Shine takes the lead back.
When you watch these two teams, they play alike. Yung kanilang momentum is generated by big defensive stops, and then when they get into a good rhythm, it feels like they are unstoppable.
Amarientos, di makabawi. Chapit couldn't tip it home, but it stays with the red shirts. Hold surveys. They go to Scotty. Doon kung magbantay ni Thompson. Perpetual versus Mapua dito sa Antipolo. Amarientos will force it up.
Another difficult basket by RJ Barrientos. Ginebra enjoying a 2-point lead. Once again, answered by Adriano Constray.
Big shot after big shot in front of this capacity crowd in Antipolo. Brownlee versus Manaytay. JB hits the deck. And 2 free throws will be forthcoming. Para kay Brownlee. Take another look at this 3-point shot natin sa atin ang Arena Plus Sportsbook. Papawiin din yan ang 3-point shot ni RJ. Atid pa rin ang Arena Plus Sportsbook. Tapos sino ko magmamadali? Isa pang 3 yan. Arena Plus Sportsbook pa rin.
Tapos ka na.
Tatlo lang.
Dikit yun. Ang ganda ng sagutan, pero nakalamang doon si Adrian Nocum dahil 2-3 ang binitawan niya. Salamat dito kay RJ Barrientos. And Justin Brownlee trying to make sure that they stop the momentum of the Elasto Painters. Free throws, very critical in this game.
Brownlee, after that pedestrian first quarter, has poured it on here. He's got 17 points so far.
But split siya dun sa kanyang free throw shooting.
Johnson at the other side. 23 puntos na para sa kanya. Shot clock nila, nasa 7 pa naman. Manaytay looking around. Manaytay looks at the rim now. Manaytay fades away. Nothing but air. Oh, na-reset yung shot clock. Di tumama sa ring eh. So even without the buzzer, referee calling it. And they will check. They will check to make sure. Dumabilis pa sa ring.
Yun ang minimuestra ni Coach Caloy Garcia and even assistant coach Mike Buendia, together of course with their head coach, Coach Yeng Yao. It will be reviewed. Yung table officials natin na krisa, ibig sabihin, nakita nila yung bola, dumaplis ng bahagya doon sa ring. But one of our referees felt like naputukan na ng 24 yung kupunan ng Rainer Shine. Samantala, napakaganda ng laban natin. As good as advertised. Look at our score, 62-62. With still over 6 minutes remaining here in the third quarter. And the rest of 12 in the playoff quarter.
Here's a great angle, Coach.
Ang ganda naman ng camera angle niya.
Uy! Biglang tumalas pa baba eh.
Tingnan natin muli.
Oo. Biglang tumalas pababa. Parang tumama. Yung trajectory niya. Pwede na ako scientist.
Ang dami mo ng trabaho. Ang dami mo ng trabaho dito sa
physicist yun.
Pagkahenyo mo.
Pakinggan natin kung tama. Baka mali naman pala.
Ladies and gentlemen, upon review, there was no shot clock violation.
So tama na naman ikaw. 4 out of 4 ka na.
Yeah, titigil na ako. Sayang. Kasi hindi ka maintindihan. Ayaw ko sa pagiging PCCs ko. Biglang bumaba.
Tama. So jump ball na naman. Inadvertent whistle. Lumalabas yun. Kaya jump ball tayo sa center court.
Nanakawin sana ni Johnson. He completes it. Jumping against JB. Wala si Japet. Si Troy na nandyan. Kaya si Brownlee pinatalong. Dokum again. Diving in. Nilipat pa sa kanan. Johnson will clean it up with a reverse.
Nagkahawa-hawa na sa energy. Itong Rainer Shine. Pinakitaan na naman tayo ng offensive rebound and a quick putback by JJ.
Tingnan mo yung buwelo ni Brownlee. Nakapik yung pasa. Dokum in the open court. They go Anton. Free ball. No. Ball will go to the red shirts. 5:27 natitira sa ating third quarter. Timeout muna tayo. Natin sa atin ang Solaire Online. Play the game your way on the Solaire Online Sportsbook.
Our Brownlee licensees, PBA and Signal, World Balance, Daily Fantasy.
Going around the Inara Center dito sa Antipolo. Taking a look at this capacity grab we've got on hand. Mahigit 10,400 ang nagsisiksikan ngayong Miyerkules ng gabi. Sunday Salvacion is in the building, Coach RG.
Wednesday special para rito sa taga Antipolo. Samantala,
Boss Eric, Boss Robert.
Yung dalawang yan.
Boss Robert Nunn of the San Government. Eric Arreola of the Magnolia Hotshots as consultant. Game 2 of the series will be this coming Friday sa MOA Arena. Game 3 sa Linggo, MOA din yan. And then next Wednesday, May 27, sa Smart Araneta Coliseum tayo. If necessary, Game 5 is at the Araneta, that's May 29. Game 6, dito ulit sa Antipolo, May 31. And then Game 7, kung kinakailangan, sa Smart Araneta tayo, June 3 po yan.
What a treat for our basketball-loving fans. Can you imagine on a Wednesday, over 10,000 tayo rito sa Inaris Antipolo. Ano pa kaya sa Friday at sa Sunday?
Yun, ang masaya para sa lahat. Rain and Shine with a stop. Nokum will get it to JJ. Clarito asking for it. This third quarter has definitely belonged to Joner.
His explosion is something that the Elasto Painters badly needed in the third quarter. He's just finding ways to score from the inside and also now from Rainbow Country.
Sabi mo, 4 points lang ng first half. Actually, first quarter pa ngayon. May 17 puntos na ngayon si Jonard. Thompson is fouled. Take another look at that Clarito 3 brought to us by the Arena Plus Sportsbook.
The rotation was definitely late. The closeout was short. They obviously did not respect the outside shot of Clarito, and Clarito made them pay. Scottie Thompson knocking down his first free throw. The more important thing right now, if you're watching the entire game, is don't blink, because ang nangyayari rito, rain or shine, early part ng game, lumang ng 13. Nabawi ngayon ng Barangay Ginebra, umakyat yung lamang nila ng 10. Nabawi na naman ng rain or shine, now they're enjoying a 3-point advantage. So ibig sabihin yan, ganun kadikit itong laban natin ngayon.
Ang pinaka-importante sa lahat, bawal kumurap. Baka ma-miss natin any piece of the action. Nokum, kamikaze drive, doesn't work. Thompson on the attack. Scotty will wait for a squad. They go to Brownlee. Manaytay trying to give chase. Holt is fouled there by Clarito. To re-emphasize your point, Coach RG. First quarter, rain or shine, kinuha yan 26-17. Second quarter, Ginebra, dinoble. Yung rain or shine, 32-16. So far sa third quarter, 25-15 tayo. Gagawing 16 ni Holt. Mamuyak coming back in para dito kay Nokum. Asisjo will stay on. Di pa tumatama si Anton pero binibigyan ng tiwala dito ni Coach Yang. As Holt goes 2 for 2. Asisjo kontra Abarientos. Rigor Johnson. 25 puntos para sa import ng Ross. Mamuyak, bagong pasok, malamig pa. Johnson is there. Hule. And Brownlee will clear it. They got a chance to retake the lead. JB with the tomahawk. JJ babawi. Huli ni Troy. Manaytay not giving up on the play.
Fantastic sequence from both teams. First was the slam dunk of Brownlee and also the putback of Manaytay. Let's see with a big basket by Stephen. His first in the ball game and his 7th point. Barangay Ginebra enjoying a 2-point lead once again.
Ang dami nang nangyayari ngayong third quarter, Coach RG. Another 3, this time from Holt. Hatid sa atin ang Arena Plus Sportsbook.
Four down, 4 tayo. Mamaya mo na palitan to after the timeout. Okay? So 4 down. Okay, Jonard, ikaw to. Okay? Dive Jaylan on a 4 down. Pop out. Okay? Sino to? Mike. Okay? Flow after. Okay? Flow after.
John Nard, alam naman namin na yung elimination tsaka yung playoffs, talagang magkakaiba na yung laro. Pero kung titignan yung elimination round game nyo against Ginebra, hindi ka talaga masyado nakakuha ng action. Just 0 points from you, which is very uncharacteristic. Ano ba yung nakita mo doon na kailangan mong bawiin ngayon?
First, yung elimination, ang ganda ng depensa nila. Hindi lang sa akin, sa aming lahat. Nung pinanood ko yung replay, siguro nag-focus ako sa mga sa mga teammate ko na mag-create. Hindi ko na inisip yung paano ako maka-score, maka-drive to the basket. So ngayon sana mabigyan ako ng chance na may opportunity na makatira ako ng 3 points. Yun na, at saka maka-drive to the basket. Yun yung pinag-focus ko ngayon.
So far, Clarito shooting 7 of 10 from the field, 17 points, 1 away from his conference high. Ralph Koo will miss on this end. Rain or Shine down by 2. Johnson for the lead. Koo mistiming this one.
And Clarito again in the mix for that possible offensive rebound. And it is just emphasized with that interview that you get better on the things that you want to work on. He made a basket from the 3-point area in this game. He has a total of 17 points and is very aggressive in attacking the glass and playing with his back to the basket. Let's see if he can manufacture another basket against Ralph Koo. And look at the way he's fighting for those loose balls.
That's just design right there. Sandilyan ibinalik na pala as well as Karakut. Pahinga muna si Johnson and Asistio. Sabi, offensive rebounding is all about desire, Coach RG. Shoot kami pinagkakagawa dito ni Clarito. Grabe, no?
Yun ang ginawa nila ng first quarter, kaya na-off yung rhythm nito Barangay Ginebra. Yung ball pressure as early as the half-court mark. So that is again the defense that Andre Karakut did, forcing RJ Barrientos to get an offensive foul and a chance once again for Rain or Shine to either tie or take a go-ahead basket.
Kick to the corner, 3 ball, nope. Rosario making sure wala nang makakakuha ng board. Under a minute and a half remaining in the third. Barrientos versus Karakut once again. RJ lights it up.
He is just a big-time basketball player. He knows that without Brownlee, he is the focal point on offense, and he is not denying that reality.
Karakut diving in, looking for the angle. Napasabit niya si Norbert.
You have to find ways, and that is what RJ Barrientos is known for. That step-back jumper, creating a little separation, enough for him to launch his shot from the outside. Defense was ready for his penetration, but the intelligence of RJ Barrientos enabled him to get that shot from deep.
12 puntos na para kay Barrientos to go along with 4 rebounds and 3 assists. Holt gets a breather from Pinto. RJ at this point should be the favorite for BPC. Lahat ng mga kalaban niya doon sa top 5 at the end of the prelims, wala na, bakasyon na.
You want me to declare it early?
Huwag naman.
Huwag mo. Lalabas yun ang challenge ko.
Baka ma-shops ka eh, masyado maaga.
Delikado eh. Naunahan ni Charles Barkley si Shams kanina. Sa di ba, pag-fire kay Jason Kidd.
Oo nga. Eh, kasi ng MVP, dami nagalit sa official announcement, kinunahan. Pinto! Bounces it home!
And this guy is always inserted for defensive purposes. But so far, 3 threes for Pinto.
He's played less than 4 minutes, Coach RG. May 9 puntos na siya ngayon. Karakot di makabawi. Malonzo and yet one opportunity.
You just gotta love the hard work by this man. He will not demand the rock, but obviously, when somebody takes a shot, he will always be in the conversation for a possible offensive rebound and a putback. Now, may chance siyang mag 3-point play. And he nails it.
That cuts their deficit to just 3, pero last shot time. Ngayon, para dito sa Barangay Ginebra San Miguel, it is Pinto working against Mamu. May 2 fouls to give ang Rainer Shine, kaya agresibo si Mamu. Karakot, sumundot, napunta kay Pinto. RJ with 7 to work with. Is fouled there by Malonzo.
Not yet in team penalty.
May isa pang pwede.
Pang-apat pa lamang nila yan with 4.4 remaining. And just not leaving anything to chance. With 4.4, pinasok pa rin si Justin Brownlee ni Coach Senko.
Alonzo trying to front on JB. Brownlee will line it up. Timo Brack para sa Ginebra.
Good quarter from both these teams. Of course, Barangay Ginebra enjoyed a lead as many as 10 points, but entering the fourth quarter, they're only staring at a 3-point advantage.
Ikaw ba, alam mo ang tap-tap send at gumagamit ka ba ng tap-tap send?
Yes, tap-tap send ang ginagamit ko kapag nagpapadala ka sa Pilipinas. Kakapadala ko lang na.
Point lead into the final quarter of game number 1. Perimeter shooting. It's been all Ginebra so far. Di man ganun kabigat yung mga tres nila. May mga timely force naman din silang nakuha. Pero kung Ginebra sa labas mga dumidiskarte, sa loob naman ang atake ng Rainer Shine. Plus 18 sila in terms of points in the paint. It is plays like that from Jalen Johnson and the rest of the gang that has kept them in this game. Kinuwento na ni Coach RG, lumamang na ng 10 Ginebra. Pero si Jornard Clarito, nagpasabog ng 13 puntos in that third quarter. Nakatingin ba ulit ang kalamangan ng Rainer Shine? Pero sa ngayon, nabawi ng Ginebra ang abante, 77-74. Rainer Shine will have possession. Johnson, wild shot. Ginebra. Ralph Koo is with Brownlee, Morris, Avarientos, and Pinto. JB inside. Pinto is fouled.
And it will be reviewed. Possible landing spot infraction. Called against Andre Karakot.
Nasabi ni Karakot, si Pinto daw naglabas ng binte. Nakikita naman yan sa replay. Kasama ni Karakot sa sahig. Sina Malonzo, Pabuyan, Santillan, and Johnson.
There's a different kind of coverage on the closeout against Pinto. Historically, you just want to recover short against Pinto because he's not really known to be an active shooter from the outside. But because of 3 threes in this game, look at the closeout of Andre Karakot.
Parang umiiwas na ba si Karakot? Pero nagkaabot pa rin.
let us see if there was an extension on the landing of Pinto. Because parang nag-spread rin ng bahagya yung kanyang legs ron eh. Kaya inabot yung paa ni Andre Caracot. Take a look at it once again.
Playing with foul penalty, one for them. On number 14, Barangay Caracot.
So Caracot did try to get out of the way, pero napagsakan pa rin o nalandingan pa rin ni Pinto yung kanyang paa doon.
So flagrant foul, penalty 1 against Andre Caracot. So it is just good that Pinto was able to stand up and now is actually ready to shoot his free throws.
Ganda palang protection ng Scottie Thompson. Estes eh. Terno sila dito ng Norbert Torres.
1 out of 2. Si Pinto. Ibigyan pa siya ng 2 free throws pa. Samantala, the performance of Andre Caracot, what a huge letdown. 29 points in their previous game against San Miguel, and now with only 2.
Ginebra now up by 5. Brownlee will receive. Malonzo all over him. JB with a quick spin. To the oohs and ahs of this capacity crowd.
That is a very difficult coverage by Malonzo if it is just a single coverage.
Look, fresh off the bench. Malamig. 81-74. Ginebra looking to extend this lead again. They've already led by as many as 10. Was down by 13 earlier on. RJ pushes that lead to double digits once again.
When RJ waxes hot from the outside, complementing the game of Justin Brownlee, this is the result, a 10-point advantage for Barangay.
15 puntos na para dito kay RJ Abarientos. And that is going to be three-pointer number 3 para sa kanya.
And you know, at some point, RJ Abarientos understands pick-and-roll coverages. If he sees his man go under, it is sometimes so disrespectful for a guy who is a shooter. So titirahan ka talaga niyan. Go under si Mamo, titirahan ka talaga ni RJ.
Eileen, ano balita?
Mag-win Coach RG forcing a mismatch ang naging topic sa latest huddle ng Rainer Shine Elasto Painters. Ika nga ni Coach Yeng, JJ, I need you to guard JB, and Santi, I need you to be our point of attack. Spread the floor so we can find mismatches on the bigs. Now, para sa Barangay Ginebra, rebounds and easy second chance points ang gustong hanapin ni Coach Tim Cone, as he says, Rainer Shine will take advantage of us because they know we're tired. That's why we need to toughen up and play smart. Balik sa inyo.
Maraming salamat, Eileen. Ginebra touching it over. For the 3 is a miss. JJ on the move. Right down the pipes, Coach RG.
All they need to do really is to make sure that they get the necessary stops because it can propel them with their fast break game. There is no way Barangay can keep in step with the quickness of Rainer Shine.
Pabasa ani mga bante ng Ginebra. Game 1 po ito ng Race to 4. Semifinals na po ng ating Commissioner's Cup. Kanina nanalo ang TNT versus Meralco. JB delivers the 3. He wants Ginebra to be 1-0 as well.
They got the right coverage. JJ against JB, but it shouldn't stop there. JJ must do whatever it takes to stop JB's shooting, especially from Rainbow Country. Yun na yung gusto eh. Di ba? JJ, you guard JB. Bantayan mo. Siguraduhin mong hindi makashoot.
Brownlee now with a total of 24 points. That's his first triple tonight. Pero kanina meron na rin naman siyang 4. Mamuya gets himself in double digits.
Alam mo, hindi nag-give up itong Rainer Shine. Yung akala nating yung momentum has really shifted towards the side of Barangay Ginebra. Big basket by a player from Rainer Shine. Now, chance for a 3-point play. This time, Mamu. We're still down by 7. 10 points itong si Gian Mamuya. Nakagdagan pa ng isang puntos to make his total output to 11. Pero 2-possession advantage lang itong Barangay. Marami pang oras na natitira dito sa ating laban.
Rainer Shine kasi sanay na rin maglaro sa ganitong entablado. Ginebra is in their 9th consecutive semifinals appearance. Rainer Shine, 5 of the last 6 conferences nagdirito yan. As JB could not hit this one, pero hindi nagkaamo yan si Mamu and Malonzo.
Tika. Uy, last touch actually si Malonzo ron eh.
Kaya nga.
No, sorry na nga siya. Kaya ang inbound agad.
Alam ko hindi sila nagkaamo yan
Eh wala nang challenge yung Ginebra.
Yun lang. Clarito for 3. Punches it through! That's a big one.
Humongous basket once again by Jonard Clarito. He's been wanting that shot from the outside. 2 threes na partner si Clarito sa laban ito.
So instead of Ginebra possession, bumaba bigla sa tatlong abante nila. Amarientos babawi. Nocum above the rim to tap it over to Malonzo. Here comes Adrian. They go right with Jonard again. Clarito, no. Ku getting the stop there.
Look at this extra pass. Once again, Clarito finding himself open from Rainbow Country. Knocks it down, nothing but the bottom of the net. His second in the game and a total of 20 points for JC.
Conference high na nga para dito kay Clarito.
And just a spectacular turnaround. We were just mentioning his zero output against Barangay Ginebra in the elimination round. Tapos ngayon, 20 puntos na. Of course, Coach Shengyao, the reason why he is unhappy is because he felt like Justin Brownlee was not in the act of shooting. But still, 2 free throws was awarded to him. Knocks down his first one to up his total to 25 points. And Ginebra now up by 4.
Avarientos gets a breather. Scotty Thompson is back on. JB pushes that lead back up to 5 points. Muyang trying to settle in. Thompson in front of him. Johnson hands it off. Nocum with some daylight. Back to JJ. Loses control. Pinto gets behind the D. Touchdown, Barangay Ginebra San Miguel.
Coach Shengyao unhappy with the sequence of events. Forced turnover, which resulted to another basket by Barangay Ginebra. This Tibay defensive stop of the half is brought to you by Pioneer Elasto Seal. Pioneer Elasto Seal, silyado bubong anumang panahon. Justin Brownlee and Jalen Johnson playing at a high level here The open hostilities in Game 1 of the semifinals. Brownlee with a total of 26 points is taking everybody to school. On the other hand, playing with a lot of energy, as always, is Jalen Johnson, scoring on penetrations, in traffic, and-one situations, stepping out and shooting that three. He now has a total of 27 points. Chalk up another three for 30 piece for JJ.
On cue, Coach RG. Baba sa 4 ang bande ng Ginebra. Brownlee sa kabilang dulo, gusto pumawi. Who is in motion? Pinto's on the far right. JB!
And this is the kind of important matchup that we are expecting. If you can do it, I can do it as well. Almost canceling out each other with back-to-back threes. And another big-time three by JJ.
Bawal kumurap ngayong Miyerkules ng gabi dito sa RPTV. Game 1 of this best of 7 para sa Commissioner's Cup semifinals. We've got less than 7 minutes remaining in this contest. Pinto to the corner. Scotty! No! Johnson looking to push. Clarito is tied up there. Johnson, another one! Jalen Johnson has caught fire. And he has brought Rainer Shine back when it won.
36 points for Jalen Johnson. 3 straight threes in the fourth quarter. And don't look now, Rainer Shine only trailing by 1.
A brand new PBA career high 36-point performance already para dito kay Jalen Johnson. Pero sina Justin Brownlee lamang pa rin ang isa, Coach RG. Brownlee's got 29 for himself as well.
Grabe itong matchup ng dalawang imports na ito. Kitang-kita mo the way they're trying to tow their team to victory. And we're just in Game 1. This is how important in their lens Game 1 is for momentum in a best-of-7 series. 29 JB, 36 for Jalen Johnson, 5 rebounds JB, 18 for JJ. In the assist department, lamang lang ng dalawa itong si Brownlee. At pagdating naman sa total output ng kanilang magkabilang kupunan, Ginebra, isa na lamang ang pinoprotektahan.
Alam mo as Rosario is tied up here by Nocum. Si Javid Aguilar, less than 12.5 minutes pa ginagamit so far ni Coach Tim Cohn. Of course, he is coming off that injury. But as the series goes along, we expect to see a lot more of Javid.
Yes, and my honest assessment is ang feeling ng Ginebra, Troy Rosario is a better matchup against Johnson, especially if Johnson is trying to attack from the outside or from the perimeter. And now that Johnson is waxing hot from the three-point area, it is more important for a close-out long kind of a defense from Troy.
Nanalo si Troy sa jump ball, pero si Mambuya ang nakakuha ng bola. And Rainer Shine is back ahead, Coach.
Unbelievable turn of events here for the Elasto Painters. Once upon a time, we felt like the momentum is definitely on the side of Barangay Ginebra. But because of 3 threes by late Jalen Johnson, virtuoso attack by the guards of the Elasto Painters. Look at this move by Mamuya. Hindi niya ininda yung depensa ni Justin Brownlee. Nakashoot ng 2 puntos, pero pagbalik, umatake na naman. Yung experience talaga ni JB, kitang-kita mo sa ganitong mga laro.
Nung ilims na katapat niya rin ni Shine, 40 puntos ang ibinuhos nito ni JB. He misses on that first one there.
Ano kung nakakatakot kay JB? Yung pag bumabagsak, titignan mo kung medyo tatagal pa siya sa floor because you gotta remember, he only played 25 minutes in their victory against Phoenix because he was feeling something din sa kanyang hamstring. Pero parang hindi naman nag-slow down itong si Brownlee.
JB splits and we are tied at 95. Johnson na nagtawid para dito sa Rain or Shine. JJ swings. Nokum thought about the 3 drives closer. They'll be at the line for 2 shots.
And that is what usually happens because there is no way na yung bilis nitong si Adrian Nokum mahahabol ni Troy Rosario. So ang tawag ron is it was definitely clean upstairs pero may konting tulak from behind itong si Troy Rosario. Dalawang free throws bibigay rito kay Adrian Nokum.
He is a 72% free throw shooter. Takes care of the first one. 2 of 4 so far tonight from that line. Boss Raymond Yu, team owner of Rain or Shine, looking on as his squad has taken a 1-point lead. Adrian makes it 2. 14 na puntos ngayon para dito kay Nokum. Under 6 minutes na titira dito sa Antipolo. Game 2 ng seryeng ito will be the 5 o'clock game on Friday sa Mall of Asia Arena. Brownlee against Nokum. JB trying to bully his way through. Nokum is whistled for the foul. That's going to be the 14th foul para dito sa Rain or Shine.
Hard switch ang nangyari ron sa depensa. Nokum had no other recourse but to foul Justin Brownlee, who was attempting to score with his back to the basket against a much smaller defender. So 14 foul, they're correct. Parehong koponan. Meron ng 4 na team fouls.
Import kontra import na yung bakbakan. Rosario now against Malonzo. JB gets his hands on it. Naiwan si JJ. JB to the cup. Niluwa. Rosario with a stick back.
Timing is put back for another 2-point shot by Troy Rosario. Now with a total of 7 points.
And 10 rebounds.
Grabe si Troy.
Clarito inside. Gliding in. No. Holt stopping John Hart sa pagkakataon na yun.
He forced that shot. Good defense by Stephen Holt.
Brownlee kontra Malonzo off the switch. JB backing up. 7 to shoot. Brownlee makes his move. The hook. No. Rebound Johnson. Eto na. Si Nokum. Binigay kay Mamu. Overpassing on the part of Rain or Shine. That's the second time tonight na nangyari sa Rosyan, Coach.
Oh, hi.
Brownlee inside, creating the space. Hinigo.
Just so many dribbles for Justin Brownlee to scan the floor. On his 5th dribble at least, he still saw single coverage. He's gonna score against Malonzo.
99-97. Justin Brownlee now with 32 points. More importantly, binigay ulit niya ang abante sa Barangay Ginebra San Miguel. Ito na nga po yung pinagkikwentuhan natin. In 2 days time, sa Pasay naman tayo, the Mall of Asia Arena expected to be rocking early in the afternoon. The 5 o'clock game, etong Ginebra versus Rain or Shine. The main event, TNT versus Meralco naman. Napakagandang mga bakbakan ngayong Biyernes yan. Mapapanood pa rin dito sa RPTV.
nakauna na ang koponan ni Ball Manud Ball with a victory against Meralco Balls in Game 1. But what a spectacular individual stat line by Ball. 37, 11, and 8 assists. Almost a triple-double for the import of TNT.
37-11, sanay na kasi tayo. Nocum loses his footing. And Ginebra, an opportunity to add on to this 2-point lead. Holt from the right wing. Clarito bracing himself. They go to Scotty. RJ wants to post up. Now face up. Kontra dito kay Mamuya. RJ step back.
And he was still asking for a foul on his shooting arm. Grabe naman yun. 5-point advantage for Barangay Ginebra.
18 in the game for RJ. Mamuya got to the cup. Counted ba? Counted, yes,
Did not put the ball down. Chance for another 3-point play. Look at him sizing up his opponent. Step back again. It is always something that he loves to do, to create a separation. His 4th 3-pointer in the ball game. But what about Mom? He's not going to give up that ball. I thought it was a huge mistake earlier, a few possessions ago, na nag-extra pass pa siya. And it turned out to be a botch play for them. This time around, he depended on himself. Now, 3-point play rin.
Ito yung binabanggit mo. Kahit anong spectacular play gawin ng Ginebra, yung Rainer siya nandiyan dyan lang.
2 puntos na itong lamang ng Ginebra.
JB for 3. Running rebound para kay Scotty. Pang-pitong rebound na yan para dito sa 2022 MVP.
But the way you described it, running rebound, sinong nakakagawa ng ganyan? Usually, planta-planta, pataasan, tumalon, pagandahan ng posisyon. Eh yun, nag-a-adjust siya while the ball, he was still chasing for the ball.
Brownlee working against Johnson. Inside they go to Scotty. Johnson elevates and makes it a 4-point lead.
And this is what exactly the sequence wherein it was all Scott. He kept that ball alive for another opportunity to score. Got strong towards the basket. Was seen by JB and he made a short jumper.
Johnson's been silent the last couple of minutes. They go to Mamuya. Mamu, Hesi, huli ni JB.
No amount of Hesi will fool the defense of JB.
First, ang panalo play of the game muna natin sa atin ang TNT. Let's swing back to live action now. Nanakaw play sa kabila. Mamuya locating Malonzo.
Another well-designed out-of-bounds play by Rainer Shine. Something that obviously they worked on during practice sessions. Hindi talaga nagpapalayo ito Rainer Shine. What a treat for our Antipolo fans.
Thompson, 13 points. They go to Troy. Avarientos again.
When the lights are brightest, this guy comes in to play his A game.
4-ball. Johnson now with a 40-piece.
And we're running out of superlatives to describe this beautiful ball game.
Nocum with a steal, and he is fouled by Brownlee. Jalen Johnson answering back with a haymaker, Coach RG.
First one.
Grabe na to eh.
Again, defense this time around went over, but the help side gave this guy much space to launch from 3. And talking about space, you don't respect my 4-point shot, I'm gonna make you pay. And that is exactly the message of Johnson. Now, that steal of Adrian Nocum, foul was called against JB. It will be reviewed by our referees.
Above the shoulder kasi, automatic review yan. I think everybody in the building needs this breather right now, Coach RG. What an exchange we have witnessed all night long. the desire
After
to
the
take
review,
this opener.
it's a foul number 32, Justin Brownlee.
Regular foul whistled on JB.
Ganda ng help side run and the anticipation of Adrian Nocum. The deflection, completed turnover, foul was whistled against JB. After this timeout, Nocum will troop to the free throw line to shoot 2. 30 seconds ang itinawag.
Alam mo, taba ng puso nating lahat. Mapa dito, mapa sa Estados Unidos. Sa NBA, ang ganda ng first 2 games ng Conference Finals. Kanina napakaganda nung first game ng TNT Meralco. Ngayon ganun din. Let's get 7 of these. All of them. Pati yung NBA, pati PBA, puro 7 na yan. Di ba? Ito, yung mga naging import ng Barangay Ginebra in the last decade. Of course, etong si Justin Brownlee came in as a replacement for Paul Harris. Pero once upon a time, hindi pa siya resident import. Si Charles Garcia, ginamit pa ni Coach Tim. Pero kalaunan, after a 1-3 start, pinalik din si JB.
Sumubok sila ng matangkad na import in an unlimited height conference, but still, they went back to Justin Brownlee. Tony Bishop was also called to play for Barangay Ginebra. Unfortunately, they lost in the semifinals, and eventually it was SMB rather, who was the eventual champion. But JB, look at his resume from 2016. 6 titles and 3 Best Import Awards. Hindi pa natin nalagay dyan yung kanyang mga magic moments while donning the Gilas Pilipinas uniform. Mas matindi rin yun.
Paalala natin tayo pa rin ang hari ng Asia. Hanggat wala nagde-dethrone, ito pa lang yung Asian Games para yung totoong Asia, yung hindi kasali Australia at New Zealand. Yung totoong Asia lang. Tayo lang. Pilipinas ang hari ng Asian basketball. Nocum ties the game at 107.
Total points for Adrian Nocum. 4 out of 6 from the free throw line. Not so good in terms of his field goal percentage, but you throw that kind of a stat line for as long as you make baskets where it counts the most. Back-to-back free throws made by Adrian Nocum.
Thompson gets across the timeline. 108-107, Raiders shine by 1. Brownlee will control it. He's got 32, same as his jersey. They go to the corner 3, Scotty! No! Clarito pulls this one down, pero dito sa Raiders shine. Mamuya, pick and roll action with Johnson. Mamu kicks. JJ swings. Clarito. Bang! 111-107. Ross by 4. A minute and 10 to go. RJ trying to get it down. RJ for huli ni Mamuya. And Mamuya will recover it. Raiders shine, looking to cut this one out.
What a basket by Clarito. And equally impressive was the block of Mamuya against RJ Barrientos. Now, game clock is definitely on their side. They want him to execute the best way they can.
Mamu!
What a finishing kick by the Elasto Painters. They've been doing splendidly on both ends. The extra pass by Johnson to Clarito. The block of Mamuya against RJ Barrientos. And that perimeter mid-range jumper by Mamuya enabled them to increase their lead to 6 points. And the extra pass, that is something that Coach Yengia was preaching. We are not an isolating team. We are an extra pass team. And you have to do it on defense as well. So in the last 2 minutes of play, it was all Elasto Painters doing positive things, and everything is just going north for them.
18 points in the ballgame para kay Gian Mamuya. More importantly, inangat niya sa ani mga bate ng Raiders shine. 38 seconds remaining here in Antipolo. Ginebra with this timeout. Game reset on your screens. Ginebra still with 2 timeouts. Raiders shine isa na lang. No more fouls to give either way, and no more challenges for either side. Rain or shine, one stop away from taking game one from Barangay Ginebra.
But what is most impressive is the way they are competing. Ginebra, they were making big shots in the middle part of this quarter, and it felt like that is enough for them to cruise to a victory. But this team right now, of course, a lot of players who stepped up big time. This guy made his presence felt with 18 points and 5 assists. And what you like about him is he's taking the challenge to guard RJ Abarientos. Look at this run of the Elasto Painters. Dizzying 11-0 run for them after being down by 5. Now they're up by 6.
Rosario over to the right side of this Thompson. Brownlee's in motion. Now ni Jonard! And a major collision here on the sideline, including with a cameraman. Looks like Scotty got hit on the forehead here, Coach.
Scotty is obviously wincing in pain.
There's an official suspension of play.
Referees will review that last piece. Here it comes.
Good anticipation by Clarito. Telegraphing that pass to JP, who was trying to post up.
Outside na siya. Nung mahawagan. When Clarito lost his footing, baka ba tumama kay Scotty doon? But it was out of bounds, clearly, pagkawak ni Clarito. Now there's a big bukol sa noo mismo ni Scotty Thompson. I believe it was out of bounds on the sideline that nakatapak na si Clarito when he gathered it. But when he lost his footing, doon natamaan si Scotty. Eto, pakinggan natin ang magiging desisyon. Laki ng bukol ni Thompson.
Grabe yung bukol.
Upon review, the criteria for act of unsportsmanlike behavior was not met.
Yeah, Clarito had nowhere to go with his foot. He was losing his footing, diving. But Scotty will continue here.
8 seconds on the shot clock. 8 seconds to shoot.
Hopefully everything's okay with Thompson. Hopefully bukol lang yun. Troy gets it. 30 seconds to go. JB for 4. Doesn't work. Holt with the rebound. Scotty 4. Wow! Oh my God! But Raiders. Oh! Can you believe what we just saw? Scotty with a 4, Scotty with a block. Oh! Well, may napakalaking bukol sa harap ng kanyang noo.
And it's not always that I am left speechless. And I just admire the fighting spirit of Scotty Thompson. Look at this. He was hit by the back part of the shoe of Jonard Clarito. There was an obvious bump on his forehead. And when they batted in with a 4-point shot, they found ways to get multiple possessions. Holt made the extra pass to Scotty Thompson. Scotty was able to nail it. And then, just when everybody thought that there was going to be a timeout called by Rain or Shine, there was none. And Scotty Thompson had to sprint down and foil the shot of Alonzo.
My goodness, Scotty Thompson.
I wish we could see that slow-mo again. It should be playing on. I mean, those were just brilliant plays by Scotty Thompson.
And it was a one sequence, one entire thread. So it was a clear block by Thompson. Rain or Shine in that possession, up by 2. 19.5 seconds to go. If Ginebra cannot get the steal, they will need to foul.
Well, there was just so much drama.
Hold on. So nag-timeout nga ang Ginebra, ang Rain or Shine. Because they're inbounding all the way here. No. Nag-timeout after the 4. Kasi dito inbounding. Nandun yung block.
Walang nakarinig ng timeout.
Walang nakarinig ng timeout. So that block was nullified. It was a timeout. It was a timeout from Rain or Shine. Nobody in the building heard it.
But we still wanted to see the effort of Scott Thompson because nobody
Tumakbo din naman
was able to hear it. Yes.
Clarito in the backcourt is fouled.
Foul on number 9, Scotty Thompson, penalty. And his fourth foul.
Clarito will be tested. But even if he makes both, one possession game lang daw. Johnard takes care of it. And look at Boss Raymond Yu. Coach Tim will try and freeze him by utilizing this timeout.
30-second timeout, Barangay Ginebra San Miguel.
114, 111. Rainers shine by 3. One more free throw coming up. Para kay Johnard Clarito, who's already got 24 points. He's a perfect 3 for 3 tonight. In one of the 3 losses ng Rainers shine, it was Clarito at the line bago sila madisgrasya. He's looking to make up for it right here, right now in the more important game, Game 1 of the semifinals. This is already going to be Game 2 on Friday. Palit tayo. First game naman ng Cross Ginebra, second game ng TNT Meralco. Clarito at the line. Second free throw coming up. For the tournament, Johnard is a 76% free throw shooter. For a 4-point lead here. Johnard takes care of it. Ginebra in a rush. 16 to work with. They need a 4. RJ looking around. JJ picks him up. JB from the top. Goes to Scotty. Thompson dives. RJ puts it up.
Way offline.
No! And rain or shine will gut out the win here in Game 1.
Splendid survival instincts displayed by the Elasto Painters. Look at the way they defended. They really forced Barangay Ginebra to drive instead. And RJ Abarientos had to condemn shooting against a much taller defender in Jalen Johnson.
Neither side is leaving though. Coach Tim already at center court. We're past it even. We're trying to check kung may oras pa daw dito, Coach.
And we are just in Game 1. There's just so much drama right now. Can you imagine if this is any indication of how close this series is going to be like? This is exactly what we advertised. This kind of a close fight between Barangay Ginebra and the Elasto Painters.
Di patapos, but wait, there's more. 0.5 ang natitira. And look at Captain Gian Mamuyak telling everybody to just guard the 4-point line. You can give him a layup right now, Coach RG. All you need to do is watch that 4-point line if you're rain or shine. Coach Tim wants to map something out here. Nothing but a 4 will keep this game going.
115, 111. This is well over the conference average of rain or shine. There was a situation wherein we felt like Barangay was really playing good defense. There is no way Rain or Shine will hit the 112 mark, but they just exploded here in the fourth quarter. Jalen Johnson was spectacular. Gian Mamuyak was superb on both ends of the floor, and Clarito scoreless in their previous game in the elimination round, and now with a total of 23 points. And this is where the depth of the Elasto Painters was really oh so present. 41 points, partner, in the payoff quarter. That means they have more than enough gas in their tank.
So ito na po ang final play para sa Barangay Ginebra, trying to extend this game. And everybody's just at the 4-point line. You can give him a layup, you can give him a 3. As long as they do not get a look from 4. And you don't want to foul anybody who even gets a look from 4 right now. Si Thompson na maglalabas from that baseline. Who does he never go to? Thompson in trouble. Kicks it out. And there it is. Clarito will seal it. Deservedly so.
And Clarito really wanting this victory in game 1. It was not even close in the elimination round. There was total domination by Barangay Ginebra, and he took it upon himself not just to score, but to make the important plays. This one is to secure game 1 victory for the Elasto Painters.
115-111. Rain or Shine takes down game 1. And in less than 48 hours, nilipat tayo sa Mall of Asia Arena para sa game 2 ng Race to 4 ng laban ng Rain or Shine at Barangay Ginebra San Miguel. Sa dami ng bida, para sa roster can only be one.
We have to give it to Jonard Clarito. He willed his way to victory, and he is obviously our best player of the ball game with a total of 25 points, grabbed 6 rebounds, issued 2 assists, also had 2 steals on a 9 out of 16 shooting from the field. Of course, we also want to give flowers to the splendid performance of Jalen Johnson, who had a total of 40 points, but in the end, we had to give it to Jonard Clarito because of his game-long brilliance.
That's a conference best performance para dito kay Jonard as he toes Rain or Shine to a 4-point win dito sa game 1.
The Elasto Painters take game 1. Congratulations to our player of the game, Jonard Clarito. Jonard, pinag-uusapan lang natin kanina yung pagbawi mo mula dun sa scoreless elimination around the game. Paano mo nagawang bumawi ngayong gabi?
Yung nag-stick lang kami sa rule namin at saka ginagawa ko lang yung anong rule ko sa team. Kung ano man, rebound, defense. Ayun na, buti naman, swerte, nakabutas naman ng 3 points.
Nung lamang ang Ginebra sa fourth quarter, paano kayo nag-uusap-usap? Paano nyo nakuha itong tagumpay na ito?
Nag-timeout kami. Sabi ni Coach, kailangan namin mag-huddle. Yung insecure lang yung play namin para makadikit lang sa kanila.
Jonard, more than 10,000 fans showed up tonight sa Inares Center, Antipolo. Gaano kalaking boost ito para sa iyo and the rest of the Elasto Painters?
Una-una, thank God na nakuha namin yung game 1. Then, nagpapasalamat kami sa fans ng PBA. And then sa Rain or Shine, yung fans ng Rain or Shine, nandyan sila. Manalo, matalo, hindi kami iniwan. Thank you. And sa family ko, lalo na sa anak ko, 2, sa wife ko. And then, yung sa family namin sa Davao, yun lang. Thank you sa suporta.
Thank you so much, Jonard. Congratulations once again. Let's now hear from Coach Yang Yao.
Congratulations, Coach Yang, for taking game 1 of the semifinals. Coach, looking at your elimination round game against Barangay Ginebra, it was a 3-point shooting that bothered you that time. What allowed you to limit them today, shooting just 34% from the field from that area?
Actually, I thought they shot really well, especially si RJ. We couldn't find a solution to RJ initially, pero si JB, si Brownlee, hirap din kami sa matchup. But I'm really proud of the guys because ang ano nang namin is show up and compete. Show up and compete. To play a team like Ginebra, yung GOAT import, GOAT coach, half of the Gilas team, the probable best player of the conference in their team. So, sino ba kami? No, parang lumaban lang tayo. Tingnan natin hanggang saan tayo. O at least na ilusot namin yung game 1. Naka-isang tsamba. Tingnan natin ilang tsambang kaya namin. Tingnan natin. Ito yung mga pinabili lang ng suka nakarating dito sa SEMIS. So, tingnan natin. But a lot of respect to the Ginebra team. We just fought hard. We lost Kaylan today. Medyo masama yung tiyan niya. No? Si Luis, we lost him in the fourth quarter. We lost a lot of players already, but we're still there fighting. We hope Kaylan can play on Friday. Medyo masama nga yung tiyan niya. May diarrhea yata. Explosive diarrhea pa nga yung sa kanya. So we'll see how it pans out on Friday. Tingnan natin.
Oras na para ating silipin ang Game 1 semi-final series between dito sa Rain or Shine at Barangay Ginebra. Two teams that finished with a 9-3 record sa elims. Makikita Game 1 ng best of 7. Japet was available today, didn't play that many minutes, but opened up the scoring para sa Ginebra with a throwdown.
It was a very slow start from both teams. Pero itong si Mamoya actually was the one who scored a bunch of baskets in the first quarter for Rain or Shine.
Another guy who did the heavy lifting was their import, Jalen Johnson. 10 puntos yan first quarter pa lang. This one gave him a 10-point lead.
First quarter truly belonged to the Elasto Painters. They've been making a lot of easy shots, especially inside the paint. But when they were given an opportunity to score from the outside, they were also able to nail it.
Rain or Shine took the first quarter 26-17. Abante na tayo into the second. Brownlee only had 2 points in the first quarter, Coach RG. Pero ang ganda ng bawi sa second.
The second quarter was a revenge quarter for Barangay Ginebra. As bad as they played in the first quarter, they were able to just rewrite the script in the second quarter by controlling everything that they wanted to do. This guy actually exploded big time. 8 points in the second quarter. Unfortunately, we were not able to see a lot of him in the second half.
Jalen Johnson adding another 9 to his total in that second frame. Kaya naman di makalayo ng tuluyan ng Ginebra until Pinto hits his second 3 of the first half.
Napakaraming tres binitawan itong si Pinto. He was definitely on target from Rainbow Country. And at the end of 24, Barangay Ginebra lamang pa ng 7 puntos.
Pagdating ng third quarter, about 7 minutes to go, Ginebra down by 1. Si RJ Abarientos naman ang magte-take over.
He was just making and knocking down difficult shots against different defenders. But yung sagutan ni Nopong, tapos ni Abarientos ng third quarter, napakaganda. Na-excite talaga yung crowd natin.
Nopong finished with 16. Abarientos had 21 for the game. Ayan nga yung naging palitan ng mga artillery dito sa Antipolo.
Tama yan, 3 dikit na offensive sequences. 2 tres kay Novo, 1 tres kay Haji Abarientos.
Pero ang pinakabida ng third quarter, sigurado, ito si Jonard Clarito. 13 big points in that quarter, Coach RG, and he made sure Rain or Shine stayed ahead.
Grabe talaga yung naging level of performance itong si Jonard Clarito. Hindi talaga nag-give up. Samantala, itong Barangay Ginebra, they were just also trying to find ways to score, particularly finding Pinto and scoring his third three-pointer in the game.
Pagpasok ng fourth quarter, lamang na naman ng tatlo ang Barangay Ginebra. And we pick up the action with 2.5 remaining here in Antipolo. RJ Abarientos launches a three. Pero mabilis na mabilis, walang timeoutan. Si Jalen Johnson sasagot agad, Coach RG.
Tama yan. With a little over 2 minutes left, we felt like Barangay Ginebra has momentum. But after that 4-point shot of Jalen Johnson, bumaliktad. Bigla napunta dito sa kupunan ng Elasto Painters. And they were making a lot of big-time shots out of their offensive execution. At one point, down by 5, up by 6, an 11-0 run by Rainer Shine.
Jonard Clarito with a conference side 25-point eruption dito sa Game 1. At yung lamang ng Rainer Shine ay naging 4. 40 seconds to go. We're gonna see Mamu. Gian Mamuyang, ang kapitan ng Rainer Shine, makes it a 6-point lead.
Quiet hero itong si Mamuya. 18 total points for him. Made a lot of difficult baskets. And not only that, foiled the attempt of RJ Barrientos in that crucial offensive possession by Barangay Ginebra.
Pero hindi pa siya natapos ang Game 1. Napakarami talaga nangyari dito. Ginebra down by 6. Scotty Thompson answers the call with a 4.
And with a big bukol sa kanyang forehead.
And in the end, it was gonna be Jonard Clarito who would get fouled. Dalawa lang ang abante na Rainer Shine. He needed both. Ayun yung bukol na sinasabi mo.
Malaki yung bukol. At saka kailangan pa check up yan. Samantala, after missing 2 crucial free throws in their game against NLEX, eventually losing that one, this time around he made sure, knocked down 2 free throws for his 25th point, and also made a critical defensive stop to secure Game 1 victory.
Rainer Shine with a gutsy W dito sa Game 1 sa Antipolo. Ito na yung last second heave ng Barangay Ginebra San Miguel. As Clarito is loving how his entire team performed. Game 2 ng serye nito will be this coming Friday. That's gonna be the 5 o'clock game sa MOA Arena. Mapapanood syempre live dito sa RPTV.
Hi PBA fans, welcome back to our live chat party dito sa One Sports YouTube channel presented by TapTap. What a game that was between Rainer Shine and Barangay Ginebra, with Rainer Shine taking the first win in the best of 7 semifinal series, 115-111. What a game that was. I just have to say it again kasi nga all throughout it could have been anybody's game, and then down the stretch Rainer Shine made all the right moves and was able to hold Ginebra down here in the first game. And it was an interesting post-game press conference with Coach Yang Giao. He showed a lot of respect to Barangay Ginebra, calling them the GOAT team with a GOAT coach, likely the best player of the conference. At sabi niya na yung Rainer Shine, nakaabot ng semis, pinabili lang ng suka. So that just goes to show kung ano yung mindset nitong Rainer Shine, that they're just out there to fight. They really feel like they're the underdogs in this matchup. So it's going to be exciting if this game is any indication of how the rest of the games are going to go in our semifinal series. I'm very excited for our next few games. Our best player for this is Jonard Clarito, exploding for 25 points, 6 rebounds, 2 assists, and 2 steals, 9 out of 16 from the field. And he was actually scoreless during their game against Ginebra in the elimination round. So big game para dito kay Jonard Clarito. And another stat I want to point out, we had 10,412 PBA fans watching live at Inares Antipolo. To the PBA fans, thank you so much for supporting the semifinals, and of course sa lahat ng mga nakatutok dito sa One Sports YouTube channel. Thank you for watching the PBA. Now let's check out the stats from this game. Rainer Shine won this game by running, of course, true to their team identity with their steals, 10-4 against Ginebra. Sa kanilang offensive rebounds, lamang din sila 21-15, and their points in the paint, 48-30. That is where they got their offense from here today. And our top players, para dito sa Barangay Ginebra, Justin Brownlee had 32 points, 13 in the fourth quarter, 5 rebounds, and 5 assists. Abarrientos with 21 points, 5 out of 14 from the three-point area, 4 rebounds, and Scotty Thompson with 17 points and 7 rebounds. Para naman dito sa Rain or Shine, top scorer was Jalen Johnson with 40 points, 21 in the second half, 19 rebounds, 6 out of 11 from 3. And that was just an amazing performance para dito kay Johnson to lift his team to get the game 1 win. And of course, Clarito, best player of the game, 25 points, including the game-sealing deflection from the line. We also those crucial free throws para dito kay Clarito in the end game. And Mamuyak with 18 points, 5 assists, as well as Adrian Nocom with 14 points. Now let's check out the highlights from the third and fourth quarters. In the third quarter, Barangay Ginebra up by 2. Nocom hits a corner 3, putting Rain or Shine back up by 1. But Abarrientos will answer back with a tough 3 that was challenged, but RJ Abarrientos is RJ Abarrientos, and Brownlee is just running, speeding for that fast break slam. He was unstoppable, and Manaytay will get that on the second effort. And that is a close game here in the third. Moving on to the fourth, Barangay Ginebra is up by 6. Clarito catching fire with a 3. Pinto continues to spark off the bench, running straight to the hoop. And Jalen Johnson will catch fire from deep. Again, he had 40 points in this big win para dito sa Rain or Shine. But RJ, continuing with his hot hands, hits another 3. Sa kabila naman, Mamu will answer back with that end one play, rushing to the hoop. RJ Abarrientos, here he goes again for a 3-pointer. But here comes Jalen Johnson with a 4 this time around para dito sa Rain or Shine Elasto Painters. Barangay Ginebra still up. And then Rain or Shine now retakes the lead, up by 1. That is Clarito for 3 to give Rain or Shine an extended lead. Now Mamuyak will get the block and the bucket to go. And finally, we are seeing this attempt. No, that is a good shot para dito kay Scotty Thompson. He hits the 4 kahit na may bukol siya. No problem. But Jonard Clarito will go on and hit the clutch 2 free throws to give Rain or Shine that comfortable lead in the end, and they will take that 4-point win, 115-111. Once again, ang ating final score. Now, before we all rest, I'm sure pagod tayo because we saw 2 amazing games today. TNT taking the win against Meralco, and then Ginebra losing to Rain or Shine here in the second game. And it's going to be an exciting semifinal series. I just want to do some final shout-outs to Julius. Hi to the Tiongson family watching from Missouri. Maria Luisa says, Ginebra will win in 5. Sabi naman ni Joseph, Rain or Shine ang team niya. Pero shout-out sa asawa niya na solid din. And Jose na mga Tatak Ginebra watching from Camsor. Now, our next live stream will be Rain or Shine versus Ginebra, Semis Game 2 on Friday, May 22 at 5:15 p.m. We will be having another chat party. But if you want to watch it live, it will be at the SM Mall of Asia Arena. Now, sa mga nanonood from all around the world, kung wala kayo dito sa Pilipinas at kailangan nyo magpadala ng pera sa inyong mga pamilya, para sa mabilis, safe at sulit na padala to the Philippines, download TapTapSend, the trusted remittance best friend of OFWs worldwide. This is a digital money transfer, no transfer fees to mobile banks and e-wallets. And for the latest in the world of sports, please follow One Sports on YouTube, Facebook, X, Reddit, Instagram, and on TikTok. Once again, my name is Carla Lizardo Sulit. Thanks for joining me, and I'll catch you in the next live chat party.
Ikaw ba, alam mo ang TapTapSend at gumagamit ka ba ng TapTapSend?
Yes, TapTapSend ang ginagamit ko kapag nagpapadala ako sa Pilipinas. Kakapadala ko lang na.